Bottle shipping at 740-596-5984. That's 740-596-5984.
It's time to continue our conversation with the head coaches. Now with Alexander head coach Tyler Davis. Coach, how are you doing?
Doing great, Carl. I appreciate you having me on.
So last week you lost to Logan Elm, a really good Logan Elm team, 41-0. What were your takeaways from that game?
Yeah, so going into that game, we knew it would be a tough one. Logan Elm program, they have a great program. Their coach does a great job. We knew they'd be physical up front, kind of similar to Nelsonville York the week prior. We got off to a pretty good start. The first two drives, we forced them 4 and out and turned them over. But we couldn't play 4 quarters with that team. Just building off that, our energy, our effort. The kids' enthusiasm was all there. They played hard the whole night. So we can hang our cap on that, but just continue to be able to execute in big moments. We weren't able to execute when we needed to, and that was the difference in that ball game.
You're finishing up your second season as head coach at Alexander. What growth have you seen in this program throughout this year?
Yeah, just from a mentality standpoint, I feel like we've made a big leap this year. And to the kids, they're all bought in to the program now. They've had a full off season of work, going over scheme, going through our lifting program, our stretching program, trying to prevent those injuries we've been plagued with the last couple of years. And just moving forward, we feel really good about where we're at right now with a chance to double our win total from last year. We're very excited about it.
Tonight is senior night. You guys are not making the playoffs, so this is the last time that your seniors will play. You only have 3 of them. Can you talk a little bit about what they've meant to the program?
Yeah, man, they've been through it. I've had these guys for the last 4 years in this program. Coming in as freshmen, they have worked their tails off. There may only be 3 of them, but man, they're going to be a tough 3 to replace. Trent Shad out wide. What he brings to the table at free safety and wide receiver. Trevor Sweeney up front. He's our leader up front. He plays tackle and defensive end at a high level. And then obviously you have Isaac Waller. A kid like Isaac Waller, in a program small as ours, that's a kid that you only get about once every 10 years. So trying to replace a kid like that, it's going to be tough, especially from the leadership perspective. Just what they've left is, always come to practice ready to work, give your best every day, and anything else is unacceptable.
Looking at this Meigs team you're matching up to finish out the season, they're on a little bit of a hot streak. 2 straight wins, beat Minford and Wellston. What do you see from this Marauder team?
Yeah, they've been good of late. They started off a little rough in the season there, but they've really gotten it turned around here lately. What we see is they're a little bit bigger up front, but we've played teams big up front. They're passing game. They're pass heavy. So that's something that we've really focused on this week is the pass game, making sure that we're dropping to our zones and communicating on the back end. As long as we do that and we execute, I think we'll be fine.
Offensively, 3 out of the last 4 games, you guys have been shut out. What are the goals to get this offense moving and as you look to next season, get it started and try to find some stuff that may work heading into next season?
Yeah, we have to find our rhythm and be consistent in executing, up front, out wide. And, we're always about one player, one execution away from breaking that big play. And we just have to continue to work on that execution week to week.
What are your goals for this Week 10 game as you look to build into next season?
Yeah, just continue our message of consistency with the kids, win the play, execute at a high level, and just build off that, build momentum going, being able to double our win total from last year, and then keep everybody healthy, keep the morale up, keep the, that next play mentality, continue to build off that.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and keys to the game as we get ready for the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Athens County Game of the Week.
Hey, it's me. Well, you from the future. Let's talk budget. Gas prices are going up. You blew your budget buying groceries, and here comes your bill for car insurance. Now, that's one bill you can control when you choose Erie Insurance.
Do your future self a favor and ask about Raid Lock from Erie.
The only thing going down is the waistline on our jeans. Yep, low rise are back in again.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today at McFadden-insurance.com.
Go to ErieInsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Football season is here. Keep your athletes at their best with Holzer in Athens. Dr. Jason Cox Orthopedics and Dr. Aaron Ramsey Chiropractic Care are currently accepting new patients. From follow-up care to injury repair, our healthcare team at Holzer Athens will keep your athlete in the game. Call 855-446-5937 to schedule your appointment today. That's 855-446-5937.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
If you're a small business owner, you know what you mean to your customers. You're the local pro, a neighborhood problem solver, a person in their community they know will treat them right. State Farm agent Shauna Stump is no different. Shauna runs a small business in Athens too, and she's perfectly positioned to understand your needs and help you protect your small business. Stop in or talk with State Farm agent Shauna Stump for small business insurance today.
Roving reporter here. Excuse me, ma'am. I'll give you $14,934,386.83 if you can tell me the best place in town to get pops, chips, candy, sports drinks, and a lot more.
Stop and Cop?
That's right. Stop and Cop drive-through carryout is the best place to get party stuff, munchies, all kinds of pops and sodas.
Excuse me.
Candies galore, chips, sports drinks.
Excuse me.
Yes, what is it?
What about my money?
What money?
Something $1 million.
Can't remember how much, huh? Stop and Cop drive-through carryout, 362 Richland Avenue, Athens. Proud supporter of high school sports.
Welcome to Tammy's Country Kitchen with friendly faces and the best darn food you can find. Start your morning with warm coffee and a sausage gravy stacker or melt-in-your-mouth French toast. Stop by later for our famous baked steak and creamy mashed potatoes. Tammy's Country Kitchen satisfies cravings from homemade noodles to subs, soups, and salads. Tammy's has it all. Make sure to try Tammy's homemade pies because they're sure to soothe that sweet tooth. Tammy's Country Kitchen is located on Canal Street in Nelsonville, open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tammy's Country Kitchen, home-cooked meals at their finest.
It is time to have our keys to the game. Got caught with the anthem there, but now it's time for the keys to the game. Tad, well, what are your keys for this one?
Well, it really just boils down to, can Alexander overcome the injuries? If they can't, they're not going to compete tonight. But, it is senior night. You feel like they're going to come out here and give it their best effort. Here's one thing you got to think about in a situation like this, Carl. Both of these teams have, they've been working on certain things all season long, and maybe some of those things they've kind of held in their pockets for the season. It's all coming out tonight, right? I mean, there's probably Meigs has a very minute chance of being able to make the playoffs. So, and Alexander's not going to make the playoffs. So, both teams are they're going to put it all out on the field tonight because this is the last game of the year for both teams. And so that should be interesting to see. I'm sure we'll see some trick plays, some things coming out tonight that you wouldn't normally see during the most of the season. And so that's going to be fun to watch. But for the Marauders, they really have some momentum going. And so feeding off of that, working off that momentum, and being able to use that tonight to try to capture another victory headed into the offseason, that's going to be important. For Alexander, we've seen them a few times this year. When they've struggled, it's been because of turnovers. We watched the River Valley game earlier, Carl, that they What was it? They turned the ball over 5 times in the first half,
Yeah.
but they were still up 20-0 at halftime. They're not going to be able to do that tonight and survive. They're going to have to take care of the football, figure out how to overcome these injuries that they're dealing with. Let's see, I'll tell you, if Waller comes out here and puts any kind of performance together at all, I mean, you got to give that kid a ton of credit because, again, dealing with a high ankle sprain like that, it's unbelievable that he's even attempting this tonight.
One thing that both coaches talked about in their interview was building blocks for next season, and that's definitely something you're expecting to see tonight. Is you want to end your season on a good note. You want to be able to sit there, look at the film room, the last film of the year, and go, all right, this is some good things. This is what we've got looking forward for next year. Let's look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. Alexander won the toss and deferred, so the Marauders will start with the ball. Left to right on the offensive line, Quentin Smith, Zach Goebel, Miles Blanks, Tyson Duggan, and Aaron Tobin. The wide receivers, they'll go 4 wide. Griffin Hudson, Landon DeWeese, Dustin Vance, and Isaiah Arms. The running back will be Wade Howard, and the quarterback will be Jake Martin. The Alexander defense is this. Trevor Sweeney is the defensive end. Defensive tackle, Bo Craig. Nose tackle is Davin Steenrod. Colin Arbaugh is the defensive end. Linebackers are Isaac Waller and Rylan Hucks. Wyatt McDonald's in the bandit position. The spur position is Trent Mash. Cornerbacks are Alex Bateman and Colt Newton. And Trent Shad is the full safety. Moving around to the Alexander offense, left to right on the offensive line, Trevor Sweeney, the senior, Davin Steenrod, Noah Graves, Nate Graves, and Wally Meek. And the wide receivers are Maddox Meek and Trent Shaw, the tight end, Colt Newton. The running backs, Rylan Hucks and Trent Mash, and Carter Jewell will be at quarterback. The defense for Meigs, Dustin Vance is the defensive end, defensive tackle, Aaron Tobin and David Young. Brogan Jenkins is the other defensive end. The linebackers, there's 4 of them, Wade Howard, Zach Goebel, Cooper Jude, and Braden Goebel. The cornerbacks are Ian Metzger and Griffin Hudson, and the safety is Beckham Blackstone. I want to thank our sponsors that allowed us to bring you this game tonight, and they are Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Bugbone Builder by Big Rack, Tammy's Country Kitchen, Caudale Shipping, Jackson County Health Department Search Program, Holzer Health System, Shauna Stump of State Farm Insurance, Stop and Cop, Integrated Services, Donato's, Wendy's, Sikorsky's Home Plate, and our lineman of the week is brought to you by Doug's Carryout. As Meigs comes out onto the field.
This is I didn't realize just how much Meigs has dominated this series throughout the years. What is it, since 1983? Alexander's only won 5 times in this series.
All time, 36-5, Meigs leads the series. Wow. Meigs has won the last 9 out of the last 10. The only time that Alexander's won in the last 10 was when they had that undefeated season, great season back in 2015 under Alex Penrod, that 35-26 victory back then. They won 3. They won quite a few games when Penrod was there. I think Penrod really had Meigs' number. I know. I don't think when Penrod was at Galley Academy either. I don't think Meigs won very many games there either. So sometimes you just have the coach that has the number of a team, but outside of that, only twice. Only 2 times have they gotten it.
Yep, so, for the Spartans, though, for Coach Davis, he talked about this with you, Carl. There's a chance for the Spartans not only to stop a losing streak against the Marauders tonight, but also double up their win total for the season. And, again, this is an important game. This is very important for both of these programs. Not just for the seniors tonight, but certainly for the future of both the Spartans and the Marauders.
Absolutely. As you look at the Spartans out there, black jerseys, red numbers. As it is something we're going to have to keep an eye on as well. Both teams had issues with turnovers. And you want to know what's the worst thing to have when you have issues with turnovers?
What's that, Carl?
Rain.
Yeah.
And rain is coming. Rain is absolutely coming.
Yep. Yeah, so we've certainly had some different weather issues throughout the season. We had, the early season, the drought and dealing with the heat the first couple weeks. And then, of course, we had a couple episodes of lightning and games being postponed and canceled. But here recently, it's been pretty decent. Might have to deal with a little bit of rain tonight, but I'm sure both of these teams can figure it out.
Absolutely can. It should be a good one as the last game of the season for Alexander. Again, big night in Athens County. If you want to listen to that Athens-Nelsonville York game, that's over on WATH, or you can stream it live on the Total Media Sports YouTube page. I think the best thing, throw the stream up on your television.
Bam. That's
listen
what I'm
to
talking
us.
About. That's what I'm talking about,
like
Carl. Head on out to the garage. We know you guys got those TVs out in the garage. Get your YouTube up on there. Watch the Nelsonville York Buckeyes and the Athens Bulldogs going for the TVC championship, and you can listen to us here on the radio calling the Spartans and Marauders.
Get that old shop radio out of the garage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just leave mine on all the time, Carl. That way I can hear you and Porterhouse and all the different characters throughout the day.
Your energy bill when you're gone, though. Boy.
Well, it's just a little transistor radio. It doesn't pull out much energy.
Alexander will kick right to left to start this one off. Jake Roush is the kicker.
Looks like Marauders got just a too deep look.
And it's a line drive kick. It's going to be fielded by one of the upmen at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, you got to bounce.
Yeah, Dustin Vance. He's going to run it up to the 37-yard line. And that is where the Marauders will start. It's the third-string quarterback for the Marauders, Gunnar Cleveland. You talked about it. Gunnar Cleveland got hurt. He was out, and this is the third-string quarterback now, Jake Martin. But tell you what, he's got a pretty nice spiral for somebody who's a third-string quarterback.
Yeah, we were talking to the Meigs broadcast teams, one of our sister stations there down the river, and he was talking about the fact that that Jake Martin for the Marauders, he does have a really good arm. He's good looking third string quarterback for sure.
That's a screen pass to the near side. Dustin Vance trying to find anything, does find a little bit of space, charges forward, and going to pick up about 5 up to the 42-yard line. They'll spot him down there. So it'll be 2nd and 6.
Bet you'll never guess who was in on the tackle there, Carl.
Isaac Waller.
Yep.
He is coming. I think he's coming out now, though. Shaking his hand now. Or no, that's not him. That's Bo Craig.
Yeah, Waller's still out there, middle linebacker. Yeah, he looks like a prototype TVC middle linebacker, man. And he gets after it, but again, he's not fully healthy tonight.
He's in the center, and he's you can see it's not quite there as he's going to be nearly in on the tackle there.
He was right on the tackle, but that's just not the usual Isaac Waller that we see. He just didn't have no leg drive once he hit the running back.
You could kind of see he didn't fit as well as what he normally does, and he kind of got up there just a little bit later than what he normally does. But still, the fact that he's even on the field at all, getting tackles, he's already got 2 tackles there. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 after the run from Wade Howard. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side. They've got Dustin Vance, who basically is a tight end, lined up at a wing, and I'd imagine this is going to be a run to the right. It is, and I don't know if he got there. Let's see where the spot is. They're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
Wade Howard picked up about 1.5 yards up to the 49. Took a little bit of second effort there. And again, I think that's where you have a little bit of that injury that does impact. But you're not going to take the kid off on a senior day.
No. Yeah, they're not going to take him off. And you have to be careful. He is a young man. He's got a bright future. Who knows if he's going to play some college football or not. I think he probably certainly could, especially at some of those D2 and D3 schools.
Martin back to pass, throws down the sideline, nearly caught on the sideline there. Landon DeWeese was the intended receiver on the sideline, just could not quite corral it. But that's a really good throw by Martin.
That was a good throw. And with, with tough athletes like that, sometimes you got to be careful and protect them from themselves because they don't want to come off the field, man.
2nd and 10, 2 wide receivers each way again. Alexander trying to match up.
A little soft there on the inside receiver.
It's a screen pass to Deweese, and this one is going to be sniffed out, but they can't quite tackle him. And now they can. It's going to end up being a loss of about 8. Deweese got kind of thrown back, but did not complete the tackle. But luckily, they were able to hold him enough until more Spartans were able to come and bring him back.
Yeah, the corner did a really nice job of reading that and coming up quickly and at least slowing him down and preventing him from being able to get his legs moving.
It's the second time they've ran that play, too. They ran it to Vance the first time, but it was the same exact play. So now 3rd down and 19 for the Marauders. Back to pass Martin. Martin looks, he's going to try to run forward, and he's going to be brought down after a pickup of about 3. That is Davin Steenrod on the tackle.
Big stop for the Spartans here on the first series, making them punt the ball here. And you really look at the future for the Spartans. Young number 72 there, Nick Jones Jr. He's going to be one of their leaders next year, and he was in on that play right there.
It'll be punt time for the Marauders. They'll send it away. Punt's going to be fielded at the 27-yard line.
That's Waller back there catching that punt.
That is. It's Waller, and he's brought down by 15.
He must have just told Coach Davis, I want to return a punt one time.
He picks up about 4.
Hey, look, he's a tailback. Now, we were told he was not going to play.
No.
Isn't that him? Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. You know what?
He told Coach Davis, I am playing football tonight. I don't care what you say.
Tell you what, adrenaline, you get a lot of it.
Yep.
It gets you places.
Even the starting lineup that they gave Carl does not have Waller at the tailback.
That's going to be an option pitch that is going to be kept by Carter Jewell. Pick up a 2. Carter Jewell in for Alex Bateman, who, again, is struggling with a deep bone bruise. Brought down by number 52, Jack. It's going to be 2nd and 7 here for the Spartans. 2 wide receivers each side. Now Jewell back to pass, in trouble. Dustin Vance drops them.
Right there, that was a good decision. Earlier in the season, what would he have done with that ball, Carl? He'd have thrown it up for grabs, right? But he just didn't have anything. Defender came off the edge almost immediately. He did the smart thing, held on to the football, went down, lived to play another down.
Dustin Vance is just a very good tight end there, and he definitely showed it there as Alex Bateman comes back into the game. Here on 3rd and 19. Bateman's in motion. Jewell's still the quarterback. 3 wide receivers to the far side, and I don't think that Bateman was set.
It's encroachment. I believe offside. Defense lined up offsides.
I don't know why they blew that play dead.
I don't know why they blew it dead, though. Because he certainly wasn't moving forward like he was going after the quarterback or anything.
Still, Alexander will take it. 5 more yards in. And it'll be 3rd and 14 instead. With 7:19 to go in the first quarter, we're scoreless. First drive for the Spartans.
Looked like they were going to roll out toward us here that last before it was blown dead. So maybe they'll come right back to the same play. Drop straight back.
Back to pass and going to run it. Jewell finding a little bit of space, but finally dropped it about the 30-40-yard line. Looked like Brayton Goebel was one of the players in there, as well as Wade Howard.
Again, Joel did the smart thing. Just pick up what you can there. Again, a punt is not the worst thing in the world. It's okay to punt the ball and let your defense go back out there and do their job. Just don't, have silly turnovers in your own side of the field.
4th and 9 on the punt here. Looks like Vance on the far side is going to be going after this one. Let's see if he can get it. High snap. It's a fake rush and really good end over end punt. It's going to bounce backwards actually and be down at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, just bounced the wrong way for the Spartans. That was a good punt. Just kind of kicked right back on them.
They didn't get a hand on it even, so it'll be up to the 43 where it went out of bounds.
Yep. The Marauders in that first series, their first offensive series, they're more of a spread team, and they tried to throw that bubble pass to their inside receiver a couple times. The first time he was able to break some tackles and pick up some yards. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a double pass out of that sometime in the future.
I would run the double pass.
Stacked trips out there right now, Carl.
I would run that double pass right now, or as soon as you can. The rain is coming. Is this going to be a pitch out to Wade Howard to the left side, trying to get the edge, and is going to pick up about 2 up to the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8 upcoming.
Looked like it could have been a hold there on the edge. The official was kind of reaching for his pocket, reaching for his flag, and he just decided not to toss it there. But, it's a pretty good stop there on first down for the Spartans.
2nd and 8 for Meigs. Went to the sideline to get the call. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 wide receivers to the near side. The ones to the near side are Vance and DeWeese. They're 2 better wide receivers. This is going to be a handoff up the middle, finding quite a bit of space is Wade Howard. He's going to pick up 7. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 from the Spartan 48-yard line.
Coach Yates is just playing a numbers game right now. He's got the 2 receivers split out wide both sides. In that last play, the Spartans walked out one of their linebackers out of the box, and so Coach Yates said, "Let's run the ball up the middle," because you have a little bit of a numbers advantage at that point.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. 2 by 2 again. And it's going to be, play action, throw on the slant, and it's a little bit low, intended for Vance. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 1 and a decision here.
Yeah, he had him on the slant, just kind of maybe tried to put too much on it and threw it into the dirt.
4th and 1 from the Alexander 48-yard line. It looks like they're going to go for it. I don't blame them.
Yep. This is it, right? Carl, this is it for these teams, so you might as well just let it all out.
3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 wide receiver to the far side. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and getting the first down is Wade Howard all the way up to the 41-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 7 by the end of that, and a first down.
It did look like one of their linebackers there. Let's see. Let me see if I can figure out what the number was. Oh, it was Hucks. Yeah, their sophomore. He'll be their leader next year at the linebacking core, but he kind of missed the tackle there in the hole. He had a chance, but he missed the tackle.
1st and 10 for Meigs. Back to pass, Martin. Martin throws to the left, and it's just a little bit to the outstretched arms of Griffin Hudson. A little out route there, 5-yard out.
Yeah. Martin's definitely got the arm. He's just a little bit off with his accuracy right now.
Which is to be expected from somebody who was a wide receiver up until midway through this season.
Yeah, I don't know if he had played any quarterback in the past. He kind of looks like a quarterback, honestly. You look at him, he's kind of built like a modern-day pocket-type quarterback, and he's got a good arm.
And the reverse Danny Amendola there.
Yeah.
Meigs got to hurry here. Down to 9 seconds on the play clock before they get down and set. Man in motion. It's going to be a double pass. DeWeese in trouble all the way back towards the 50.
Yeah.
And he's dropped at the 48. It's a loss of 7.
Just a reverse play right there, Carl. And I was paying attention to the pregame, and that was one of the plays that the Spartans were scrimmaging against in the pregame, practicing against. So you can tell that Coach Davis has done a good job all week long of schooling them up on that trick play.
There was a holding on that as well, and they declined the penalty.
Right.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and long again for Meigs. They've already had a 3rd down and 19. This one is going to be 3rd down and 17. 2 wide receivers each way, running back to the left of Martin. Martin, straight drop, looks, throws deep over the middle. He's got DeWeese through his hands.
Boy, DeWeese, that was a good ball. DeWeese should have caught that one. That was a good ball.
Heard the footsteps, I believe.
Yeah. And the rain is starting to come down, so maybe that played a little bit into it, I'm sure.
Trent Shadd on the coverage, and he was there close enough to where he got it done. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 16 and another punt for Meigs with 4:04 to go in this first quarter.
Both defenses looking really good. Look at Waller back there. He's limping back there to fulfilled a punt.
He's about 50%, but he's still
Yeah,
full go.
He's definitely not his typical self, but
they're going to kick it over to him, and he's just not going to be able to reach it. It's going to bounce at the 10. Roll. Is it going to stop? Is it going to stop? Meigs!
He went into
Did
the
he
end
stop
zone.
it? It's where the ball is.
Well, I don't know.
And it's a touchback. It was where the ball is.
It's where the ball stops.
It's where the ball stops, but you can touch it in the end zone. It was a question of whether it crossed the goal line. It just barely did. And Alexander will have it at the 20 instead of the half-yard line.
Yeah, that was nearly a perfect punt for Meigs right there. I mean, it was literally a half roll into the end zone. And I'm not sure he was even that. It could have been the Meigs guy jumping on it might have actually been the reason why it ended up in the end zone. Spartans need to, put together here a couple first downs at least on this series to try to flip the field. It's going to be a defensive game, it looks like.
It's a handoff. Not hardly anything. Honestly, a loss. Loss of one there for the Spartans.
And Waller's on the sidelines here on this offensive series, and that's the smart move by Coach Davis, because you want to try to get as much as you can out of him, but you really need him on that defensive side of the field. That's where you're going to win the game tonight. So rest him when the offense is out there, and put him out there when the defense is. Again, he's one of the best. He's certainly a good tailback, folks. He's really good tailback, but he's even a better linebacker. You really need him out there on defense.
2nd and 11, back to pass. Jewell throws the out, and it is short of intended receiver. That is Maddox Meek intended on the reception. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 for Alexander.
Yeah, right now he's just not setting his feet very well when he's dropping back to pass. And that's sometimes a result of a long season of taking quite a few sacks. You get a little timid and happy feet back there in the pocket. Again, it is starting to rain harder and harder here, so it's just going to keep getting more difficult to throw the ball, at least for the time period.
Probably going to rain for about the next hour. So the rest of the half is going to be in rain at least. It's the blitz. Tried to have a counter handoff to the wing, and there was nothing there. Ryland Huck's on the carry, and he's going to lose 2, and that's going to bring up a punt.
Yeah, you can tell both of these teams defensively, they've gotten better throughout the season. And, they've done a nice job in film study with all these counters and reverses and things along those lines. These teams know that both teams, they have a lot of stuff up their sleeve, and they're probably going to let it all out tonight. And so they've been coached up to be prepared for that.
Got to be careful with the wet ball. Really good punt there. It's going to be fielded. No, dropped at the 45. It's gotten back on. Meigs is going to start at the 49 of Alexander after a near disaster with that muff punt.
Yeah, it was a good punt. It didn't have a whole lot of hang time, though, and so the Spartans weren't able to get down there and take advantage of the muff punt because they just didn't have enough time to get close enough to the receiver.
Timeout, Meigs. We'll take it with them. 2:25 to go in the first quarter.
Tri-County Career Center offers students the opportunity to earn industry-recognized credentials in fields like cosmetology, welding, diesel agriculture, and sports medicine. Our programs focus on teaching job-specific skills that prepare you for the workforce, military service, or college. We offer 2-year programs and short-term adult classes. Ready to learn new skills and boost your earning potential? Start today by calling 800-637-6508 or visit us online at tricountyhightech.com.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
First and 10 for Meigs. Back to pass Martin. Martin has a lot. He throws it down to the ground. That's going to be intentional grounding. Nobody was in the area.
Yeah, and he certainly was. He was in the pocket, that's for sure.
It's got to be grounding. It's not going to be a big loss. There was nobody in the area.
Yeah,
they're discussing it.
There was nobody. I mean, and the ball didn't even cross the line of scrimmage.
No, the ball didn't cross the line. He threw it down.
And it was kind of odd because he really wasn't under a whole lot of duress. He just saw that everybody was covered and said, "Heck with it! I'm not going to take a sack," and just threw it in the dirt.
My only question is, would it be?
Oh, they're not going to throw a penalty.
I get maybe one of the tackles was eligible.
No.
Yeah, the report
not
is
in that formation. Not in that formation. Couldn't have been.
The tight end. I didn't see a tight end stay to block either. So
no, that was just a quarterback just decided there's no sense sitting there taking a sack. I'm just going to throw it in the dirt.
Second and 10. 2 wide receivers each side.
They were not set.
It's a handoff up the middle to Howard.
They must want to get home early tonight because the Meigs Marauders were not set at all, and they snapped that ball.
It's a pickup of 1, and it's going to be another third down for Meigs. Already their 5th third down. They've only converted 1. It's 3rd and 8 from the Spartan 47. 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. We're scoreless. Both teams really in a stalemate the last few possessions, trading 3 and outs.
The Spartans' defense has definitely gotten better throughout the season.
2 wide receivers each way. Running back to the left of Jake Martin. Back to pass. Martin looks, throws left. It's caught by Dustin Vance. He went backwards.
Uh-oh.
Can he get back to the first down?
I don't think he did.
It's close.
No, not this
that
official.
spot. No, he did not.
And this should be the guy they come to right here. He was the closest. But
both officials had the same one, and it's going to be 4th down and inches.
Yeah.
He had the first down.
And then ran backwards. Yep. They're certainly going to go for it, don't you think, Carl?
Oh, absolutely. With a 4th and 1 in this area of the field. Only an inch, but they might have to call a timeout here. Only 10 seconds on the play clock as they break the huddle.
They're going to have to hustle. Got trips to the far side.
3 on the play clock as they take the snap. It's a handoff up the middle. Howard gets the first down up to the 37. Pickup of 3.
I tell you, the Meigs guard pulled and the defense tackle for the Spartans. He he took a pancake block, man. It was a nice trap block there for the Marauders, and that was a well executed trap, even though it only picked up a yard. That block in particular was a good looking block.
Those are ones that you really got to keep an eye on, those traps. And if you can run trap well, you got a really good offensive line. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side. Martin, it's a screen pass. He gets it over to Vance. Vance runs backward. There's a flag down. I think we're going to have holding as Vance gets out of bounds after a pickup of about 6. But flag down where near he caught the ball.
Yeah, that's an interesting little play scheme there. Both their guard and tackle to the side they threw the ball pulled opposite, and that's done to try to dink the linebackers, try to fool them. And he threw it out there, and what happened after that has nothing to do with those linemen pulling, but it's kind of an interesting little scheme that they ran with that offensive play.
So with the penalty, it's going to be first down and 20. As the clock resumes, and that might be the end of the quarter. Let's see if they get it off. Nope. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. Scoreless here between Alexander and Meigs. You're listening to the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Athens County Game of the Week.
Football season is here. Keep your athletes at their best with Holzer in Athens. Dr. Jason Cox Orthopedics and Dr. Aaron Ramsey Chiropractic Care are currently accepting new patients. From follow-up care to injury repair, our healthcare team at Holzer Athens will keep your athlete in the game. Call 855-446-5937 to schedule your appointment today. That's 855-446-5937.
Are you a deer enthusiast? Introducing Buckbone Builder by Big Rag, the ultimate solution for robust antler development and overall health. Our unique blend of essential vitamins and minerals is formulated by deer hunters and perfected by nutritionists. 50-pound bags, double clean for maximum purity. Buckbone Builder is made with whole-shelled corn, soybeans, and locally grown in Athens County. Big Rag also offers the highest quality whole-shelled and flavored corn. You can purchase Buckbone Builder at Adventure Pro and all Detweiler locations. Learn more at buckbonebuilder.com or find us on Facebook.
Few score updates. Trumbull up on River Valley, 12-0. Benton County up on Wellston, 6-0. And Athens driving against Nelsonville York. But that's still
Nelsonville driving on Athens.
Nelsonville driving on Athens.
Yep. Scoreless. Nelsonville on the 10-yard line, it looks like.
Here, as we start the second quarter, we're scoreless. It's 1st and 19, and we're going to have movement. Dustin Vance.
Yep.
A little bit of a flinch there. That's going to move it back even farther. That's been the issue for Meigs, is that they've had so many of these penalties. It's 1st and 24. They've had a few times where it's been 3rd down and 15, 3rd down and 20. You got to be able to sit there and have some of these conversions, and you're not going to convert any 3rd downs. I mean, that's the reason why they don't have any points right now.
Kind of been a problem for
stalled out.
Talking to the Meigs broadcast team, it kind of sounds like that's something they've been dealing with all year long, just shooting themselves in the foot.
3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side. Looks like that's Vance. Back to pass, looking. It's going to be a throw screen. Wade Howard going to pick up about 7 yards. Back across the 50 to the 44.
Yeah, at least gives you, puts you in shouting distance there of a first down here with the second down and about, 16, 17? Yeah.
It'll be 2-by-2 formation, 2 wide receivers to the near side here. Griffin Hudson and Dustin Vance, Isaiah Arms and Landon DeWeese to the far side, running back to the right of Jake Martin in the backfield. Back to pass. Martin throws, slant, bounced off the Isaiah Arms.
Yeah, he threw that ball hard, but it certainly should have been caught because it hit him right in the chest. That's probably about 3 or 4 drops that we've seen so far. Some have been, easier catches than others, but certainly the wide receivers for the Marauders right now are not helping out the quarterback.
And the rain certainly doesn't help them out either. Still quite a few umbrellas up.
Although it does look like it's slowing down.
3rd down and 16. 2-by-2. Back to pass. Martin, straight drop, throws over the middle. It's caught. Dustin Vance at the 25, shakes a tackler, down to the 20, still finally, and rolled down at the 15. But a great pickup there as Meigs finally able to get into the red zone and get their second 3rd down conversion as well. Down to the 15-yard line of Alexander as they tried to drive in here early second quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Jake Martin for the Marauders. He's warming up here, and he's throwing the ball well. And as long as his wide receivers can hold on to the ball, the Marauders going to have a hard time. Spartans going to have a hard time answering.
Handoff up the middle, and not much there for Wade Howard. Give him maybe a yard. Nate Graves with the tackle. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're going to bring trips over to our side of the field here. They stay in the shotgun. It seems like every snap is out of the gun.
The lone receiver to the far side is Landon DeWeese. It's going to be a handoff to Howard. Howard brought down at the 8.
Yep, Waller on the tackle. He's a little late getting there. They had it stuffed in the hole, and he just kind of bounced it back the other direction and picked up a few yards.
Waller's getting original because he can't drive through his legs to tackle people. He's kind of just hanging on him and dragging him down that way.
Do what you can, you got to do what you can in that situation. And, again, I just give that kid a ton of credit out here toughing it out.
3rd down and 6 for the Marauders at the Alexander 10. Back to pass. Throws. It's caught. Fighting for the end zone and yet again. Touchdown, Marauders.
Number 5, Vance, I believe.
It is
the long pass. Yep. Real simple, just, little out route, real quick out route they hit him with, and Spartans were just playing a little too soft on the inside receiver there, Vance. And Vance caught the ball around the 2-yard line, was able to turn and drive his legs and get into the end zone.
Extra point upcoming here for the Marauders. High snap, but the extra point is up and no good. Wide to the left. Is it 6-0? Meigs finally on the board here with 9:36 to go in the second quarter.
Integrated Services is constantly seeking partnerships.
How can I have a meaningful relationship with primary care providers so that we can take care of our shared community of people that need support?
We've grown exponentially, and I really see the next 5 to 10 years being a similar story. The opportunities are endless.
Cottle Chipping is focused on providing logging and land clearing services with the highest levels of customer satisfaction and will do everything they can to meet your expectations. With a variety of offerings to choose from, they are sure you'll be happy working with them. There is no job too large for Cottle Chipping. Cottle Chipping has been in business for over 40 years, which is experience that you can trust. For more information about your logging and chipping needs, call Cottle Chipping at 740-596-5984. That's 740-596-5984.
Meigs to kick it away as they lead 6-0 here. 9:36 to go in the second quarter. And it's a little bit of a squibber. Alexander's got to get on it, and they do. At the 44-yard line. A good field position for the Spartans. Let's see if they can convert that.
Yeah, I'll try to get this number. That was pretty impressive. That young man was able to kind of hop, skip, and the ball hit him, but he was able to figure out a way to get on it. Number 50, I believe. Let you look up that number there, Carl. But yeah, that was a pretty athletic little move there for. I'm guessing he's probably a center or a guard, one of their younger players.
Yeah, 50. That would be Boone Meek, the freshman.
Meek, yep.
3 wide receivers the far side. It's going to be a screen for Alexander. And going to pick up about 3 yards for Alex Bateman there before you had a few Marauders get in and grab the tackle there. It was Beckham Blackstone and Ian Metzger.
It was a decent play. It's almost one of them situations where, it's kind of a bubble screen type of play. If the wide receiver had a little bit more space, because he was getting good blocking in front of him, but when he caught the ball, he was basically right into the defender's lap where he caught the ball.
Man in motion, that's Bateman, as it's going to be a keeper for Jewell. Jewell, up the middle, has got the first down, up to the 40.
That's probably going to be their best offense tonight, is letting Jewell use his legs, because he's definitely a good athlete.
It's a first down for Alexander, as they're up to the Meigs 41-yard line.
Waller's back out there at tailback.
And
not running the clock.
There we go. Now we're ready. Back to pass, throws, slant route, it's caught. Up to the 36-yard line. Pick up a 5 there.
So Coach Davis is putting Waller out there, but he's not really carrying the ball. He may just be out there to kind of act as a decoy.
And we know from the Meigs conversation with the head coach that they were expecting Waller to have a big.
Oh yeah, I don't think Coach Yates was aware of the injury.
So 2nd and 4. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side. Ball on the left hash. It's going to be a handoff. Waller trying to get a little bit of space for Waller. Has a bit of space to the 20. Accelerates and finally brought down at the 10. It's a pick up a 25 for the kid with an high ankle sprain.
He's got one leg out there, basically, folks. And I tell you, man, that is just tough. That is just mental toughness.
It's first and goal from the 8 for the Spartans. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side. Now a man in motion across the formation. Back to pass. Jewell in trouble, steps up and dropped. The 15-yard line, that is Aaron Tobin on the tackle.
Yep. I think Coach Davis told you that they thought that his leg was broken.
Yeah.
And, they went and got it x-rayed, and thankfully it wasn't. But, a high ankle sprain is just as bad as a break.
Second and goal from the 14 now for Alexander. And the issue is, though, you're going to get those chunk plays from Waller, but he's not going to be your every down back. You can't give it to him every single down.
Yeah,
so that's where something like that hurts on first down, and now you're looking at third down, or second down and long. In trouble, Jewell's just going to toss it out. It's intercepted. And running down the sideline and brought down, I think that might have been Waller on the tackle. It's returned up to the 40-yard line, but
Carl, he was just trying to throw that ball away. He was just trying to avoid the sack and just try to throw it away. And I think he thought he was throwing it into a safe space on the field, but he didn't see that outside linebacker sitting out there that just, picked it off. He may have been trying to get it to the out of bounds, and maybe he just couldn't get enough on it to get it to throw it away.
It looked a little short. It looked a little bit of a short arm, but.
Yeah, that's oh man, they had a good drive going there, trying to answer the Marauders' score, and that's really been the problem for the Spartans all season is these turnovers, man. It's just plagued them.
Going to have a timeout, Alexander. We'll take it with them. 6:41 to go in the second quarter. 6-0 Meigs.
Think you have to settle for mediocre car insurance to save money? Think again. It's possible to get superior coverage and still save money with Erie Insurance. Customers who switched to Erie saved up to $951. It pays to compare. Switch and save with Erie.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today at McFadden-insurance.com.
Annual savings based on new customers surveyed in March 2022 who reported savings when switching auto insurance. Individual premiums and savings will vary.
Since 1963, Donato's was built on 3 fundamentals: creating a superior product, hiring great people, and adhering to strong principles that promote goodwill in the community. Stop by East State Street and try out their appetizing pizzas, subs, salads, desserts, and beverages with party sizes available. Donato's only uses the freshest of ingredients with no artificial colors in their food. Eat fresh. Every piece is important. Only at Donato's on East State Street in Athens.
First down is 10 for Meigs. 2-by-2 as it's going to be a screen pass out to the far side and cutting back, finding a little bit of space, still rolling, and finally out of bounds. That's Landon DeWeese. It's a pickup of 23 to the Alexander 39-yard line, and that's a first down. Trent Shadd on the tackle, and it kind of seems like that sudden change isn't there, even with the timeout.
That's why Coach Davis called the timeout to try to prevent this from snowballing. But so far, it doesn't look like he's going to stop with the Marauders' momentum here.
3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 wide receiver to the far side. It's going to be another screen pass, this one to Vance. Vance to the 35 and brought down by Waller.
They're throwing these bubble screens or whatever you want to call them, just basically tossing it out to their inside receivers out of these trips and doubles formations, largely because the Spartans are either playing quite a bit, playing pretty soft, or they just don't have the numbers out there to the trip side.
Second down and 6. Martin back to pass, straight drop back and a throw. He's got DeWeese open and almost a one-handed catch. A lot of contact there.
Almost a one-handed catch and then almost an interception. It was, the quarterback there, he just kind of threw it up. The cornerback, he had his head turned, so he really didn't know the ball was coming. And the receiver was able to at least get a hand on it, prevent it from being intercepted at the last second.
So it's going to bring up third down and 6 from the Alexander 35-yard line. I would say run the ball here. Get a little bit of a stretch run. You're going to go for it on fourth down.
Yeah.
Get a stretch run, make it 4th and 3 instead of 4th and 6. I think a screen would work here as well.
Yeah.
3 wide receivers the far side. Nope, Martin back to pass. Nope, it's going to be a little bit of a halfback screen. Just thrown over the head of Wade Howard there.
Just to a little swing route by the halfback, and he was available. He was open. I don't know if he would have picked up very many yards, but he was open at least enough. He could have caught it and perhaps made something happen, but it was just too high. The defensive end came off the edge there for the Spartans. I believe that was number 72 again. He's been showing up tonight.
It might have been 62 Colin Harbaugh.
No, I think it was Nick Jones again. Yep, coming off that edge. Here he comes again.
Back to pass over the middle. Drop!
Oh, my goodness. Boy.
Wide open Isaiah Arms, and he dropped the ball.
That is probably the 5th or 6th drop ball, and that was a perfect pass by Martin. And I don't know if it's a concentration issue tonight for the Marauders. You know, this is our first time getting to see the Marauders this year, Carl.
Could be wet ball as well. Good. Something's just not clicking there, but that's going to be a turnover on downs for Meigs.
Yeah, that was a touchdown if he catches that ball. Easy. So, the Spartans, they catch a break right there. They got the ball back. So, they need to kind of go back to what they were doing the last drive. They had a nice drive going before the turnover.
5:57 to go, second quarter, 6-0 Meigs. This is going to be a handoff. Waller running to the left side, lumbering. Going to make a cut. He does make a cut. He's home free.
He is
40, 30, 20, 10. One high ankle sprain. 65-yard touchdown on senior day.
Oh, my goodness.
For Isaac Waller.
Put a cape on that kid. Lord. He, how did he have that other gear, Carl? I don't know how. He must be oblivious to pain because he somehow, because he's been, gimping, and he broke into the open, and you thought the Marauders would be able to catch him, but he just found another gear, and he could sniff that end zone, and he was gone. That's a huge play for the Spartans, and they're right back in and have a chance to go up by a point here with the extra point.
They got to have an entire roll of tape on that ankle. Snap good on the extra point. It is blocked. So the score will remain 6-6, but my goodness. Yeah. Isaac Waller.
Coming into this, Carl, I thought, maybe they'll get a quarter out of him. It's one of the situations where, we didn't see the injury, but just listen to Coach Davis. He's a real deal coach, and he's not going to BS us. He's going to tell us the truth. And, they literally did the x-ray to see if the leg was broke or not. And, if you're dealing with if you've ever dealt with a high ankle sprain, it's extremely painful, and it's difficult to really have any kind of push off. And so for Waller to come out here, just a week later and perform like this is something else. And you got to give credit to the Spartans. The line, they're blocking well tonight. Both, especially in these last two series, the line has really picked it up. And on that play, the receivers are blocking downfield. And that's what it takes to win a football game in Week 10. Everybody executing, everybody doing their job.
Alexander will kick it away, 6-6. That's a good kick, almost to the end zone. It's bounced, dribbled, and finally picked up at the 5 and brought down to the 24 on that carry there. That was... I don't know who that was. It said 20. Yeah. I think 22 was the number. There's not a 22. Might have been Cooper Jude, actually.
Yeah,
26.
I think it was. And then Leopard had a really nice tackle there for the Spartans. Really good coverage.
And he was somebody we kind of expected to see a little bit more of tonight with what we thought Waller was going to be a little bit hindered with that injury. But he's definitely someone they've got their eye on in the future.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be a good one for them.
Going to be a handoff up the middle. Howard fighting through. There's a flag down. I think maybe that might have been a face mask.
There's two flags. I think there's a face mask and a hold.
Both of them by the same.
Nope. I think they're both officials saw the same thing.
Yeah.
Personal foul.
And it was a good call. We could see it
Face
from up here.
mask against Alexander. So mark 15 yards off from the end of the run. It's going to be a first down for Meigs with 5:25 to go in the second quarter. Spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Their own 47-yard line, and it's going to be first and 10. Tied at 6 here midway through the second quarter. Meigs and Alexander.
If I had to pick a team that has an advantage in the rain in the situation, I think it's certainly the Spartans. The Marauders, they lean a little more heavily on their pass game.
Trips to the near side on the hash. It's going to be a toss play, and finding some space is going to be Howard, but I think he found that space through a hole. And you had the trips on that hash there. You had 3 wide receivers blocking, and you love to see wide receivers blocking, but sometimes they don't know how to block necessarily.
How to let go. Legally, yes.
Not to mention, especially it's a lot easier to get away with a hold in the middle of the line.
Yeah.
Can't do that very much when you're outside like that.
Yeah, especially, the side judges, they're going to see that. It's plain as day because they're having to look through those receivers and corners into the line of scrimmage to see where the ball's at. And so, they're going to see it every time.
So, first and 20, another penalty for Meigs. We'll have to get it at the half, find out how many penalty yards they have, but they've got a lot. Balls loose.
Wow, he was able to handle that.
Got back on it. It was kind of it bounced off of Martin's helmet, down to the ground. I think he was either able to get it or kind of shovel it over to Wade Howard. Was able to scoop it up and run forward for about 2. Ooh. But dangerous play there.
Yes, it was.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 18 now from the 39.
When the Marauders can put together things and do things right, they really look like a good football team, but they just cannot, they just don't have any consistency.
2 by 2, Martin back to pass, looks, throws to the left, it's through the hands, a little bit too high there for Isaiah Arms. He's had a few drops today, but that one was just a little bit too high. He did the best he could for it.
Yeah, it'd have been a really good catch.
It's going to bring up another third down, and you look at Meigs right now, they're 2 for 8 on third down. And the reason is most of these third downs have been long. It's 3rd and 17. They've had a 3rd and 14. They've had a 3rd and 19.
Yeah.
But about 4 of those third downs have been, behind the sticks.
Yeah, you just can't succeed as an offense in the having 3rd and longs.
Back to pass. Martin throws to the left. It's caught short of the sticks. Trying to find a little bit of space and getting it. It's a first down.
Yep.
It's Landon DeWeese.
Spartan's corner, and I didn't quite catch his number over there. What he needs to do there is not try to make the big hit. Just set down, just settle down, get him wrapped up, let your teammates get there, get him to the ground, make him punt. Instead, he kind of tried to put a bigger hit on the receiver, and he just missed the tackle.
It's going to be first down and 10 from the Alexander 41-yard line for Meigs. And remember, the longer that Alexander gets the ball to start the second half. Back to pass. It's going to be a throw.
Screen.
It's a screen pass, finding a little bit of space before being brought down at the 32 is Griffin Hudson.
Kind of a little slip screen there where they ran their tackle to that side, also out to block. And they've been running these screens, different types of screens, quite a bit here so far in the first half.
It's going to be 2nd and 1. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side. Running back to the right of Martin in the backfield. Back to pass, straight drop, looks still looking, throws over the middle, it is
another drop.
Dropped. That's Arms again.
Wow. They are having a very difficult time securing the ball tonight.
And it's going to bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and 1. A lot more manageable. You just converted a 3rd down and 17. 3rd and 1 should be easy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a lot easier. But you never know. They're definitely having some issues handling the football right now. The Marauders are. Whether it's catching it or just snapping it, they're having some difficulties.
3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side. Looks like Alexander's going to be bringing a blitz. They do, nice. And Waller is going to bring him down to the backfield.
Waller. That's 52. Yep.
That's Bo Craig, the freshman.
Bo Craig, yeah, one of our Doug's carry-out linemen of the week here earlier this season. He doesn't play all the time out there, but man, it seems like when he's on the field, he makes plays. And he just did a good job of following the pulling guard right there and made the tackle in the backfield.
Going to have a timeout, Meigs. It's a big fourth down here with 2:26 to go.
Yeah,
in the second quarter.
Spartans can get this stop right here, man. That's will really help them heading into the second half.
See some score updates. Trimble up 38-0 in the first quarter. My goodness. Over River Valley. Nelsonville York up on Athens 13-7.
Uh-oh.
Tied in the second quarter midway
My
through
Buckeyes going to shock them. They're going to shock them, I'm telling you, Carl.
Maybe. Oh, what? Athens shocked them last year.
Yeah.
This year, NY definitely wants to get the paint back on the wall, and I'm sure going to be a fly on the wall for Rusty Richards' pregame speech for tonight's game. My goodness. VC and Wellston, another rivalry game. That's tied at 6. Also, one of the interesting statewide games, Marion Local up 14-0 over Coldwater. If they win tonight, they set the record for the longest winning streak in Ohio high school history.
Oh, wow, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Tied it last week against Minster. Tight trips. It's going to be a handoff. And Howard is going to be close.
Yeah, he got it.
At the 31, they're going to give it to him. First down on the fourth down conversion.
Center guard had a really good push, right up the middle.
That was Blanks.
Yeah.
First down, Meigs. Got to go a little bit quicker now. A little bit of pace in the step with 30 yards to go and 2 minutes to do it before half. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side. Wade Howard to the running back to the right of Jake Martin. He's going to shovel it to him. And Howard's going to pick up about 3, up to the 27. That'll be it.
Well, it's got to be pretty frustrating for Coach Yates. He knows he can throw the ball, but his receivers are just not executing tonight. His quarterback is. The receivers just are not securing the ball. He wants to throw the ball, but, anytime you throw the ball and it's an incomplete pass, that's just a wasted down for the offense. And
Caden O'Neill out there as a wide receiver. I don't believe Arms is on the field now. So Caden O'Neill.
They took him off. I saw him go off after that last drop.
Used all the play clock there. It's going to be throw over to
number 1.
DeWeese is going to be a pickup of about 10. Got out of bounds, and it's a first down.
Spartans are playing a little soft there on the outside, and these are, just basic, very simple hook routes or, whatever you want to call them, hitch routes. And Spartans are playing a little too soft, and they're going to have to start tightening up now because the ball's inside the 20.
It's at the 18-yard line. First and 10. 1:13 to go in the half. We're tied at 6. Meigs trying to take the lead into the half. Back to pass, Martin. Martin in trouble. Brought down. It was Trevor Sweeney, the senior.
Sweeney, our other Doug's lineman of the week early this season. Two guys that we've seen really perform well earlier this season. They're stepping up right now on this series.
Clock continue to run down to 45 seconds as Meigs will take the snap. It's a low. It's caught by Vance. He's tackled inbounds at the 18-yard line. The clock will continue to run down to 35 seconds. It's going to be third down and long again for Meigs. They've had 11 third downs already. They got to go. 27 seconds as they take the snap. Martin, not much pressure, still looking, throws, and he short-armed it. It's intercepted and brought down at the 10-yard line. Alex Bateman on the interception.
I'll tell you, Carl, Bateman had 2 plays back-to-back that were excellent as a corner. The play previously, he learned his lesson from earlier in the series. It was just a hitch route out there, and instead of coming up and trying to lay the big hit, he did the smart thing. He sat down, he got his arms wrapped around the offensive guy and waited for his teammates to come make the tackle. And that caused the next down, and there he was for the interception on that pass. Really good coverage.
See if Alexander does anything here. With 17 seconds, they get the ball to start. They're at their own 10.
Shorter man, here he comes.
Trent Nash. And it'll be a handoff to Waller. Waller finds a bit of space again. He's on the outside to the 25 and finally brought down near the 30. 8 seconds. The clock should stop with the first down. It's not. There it is. 5 seconds. See, they want to call timeout or they want to go
I think Coach Davis is perfectly fine taking this to halftime with a tied ball game.
You know what? You throw...
Yeah, he's taking it to halftime.
He is. Yeah, you know what? With how much Waller's been able to run, you don't want to. I guess you don't want to push your one too much.
You don't want to push.
Save it for the second half.
That's right. Yeah, the Spartans right now are in really good shape. You know, we're seeing something out of Waller tonight that we did not expect to see with the injury. And I'll tell you, this is going to go down into the fourth quarter, folks.
It definitely will. We played half of this so far. It's tied at 6. Alexander and Meigs. You're listening to the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Athens County Game of the Week.
Roving reporter here. Excuse me, ma'am. I'll give you $14,934,386.83 if you can tell me the best place in town to get pops, chips, candy, sports drinks, and a lot more.
Stop and Cop?
That's right. Stop and Cop drive-through carryout is the best place to get party stuff. Munchies, all kinds of pops and sodas.
Excuse me?
Candies galore, chips, sports drinks.
Excuse me?
Yes, what is it?
What about my money?
What money?
Something $1 million.
Can't remember how much, huh? Stop and Cop drive-through carryout. 362 Richland Avenue, Athens. Proud supporter of high school sports.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Welcome to Tammy's Country Kitchen with friendly faces and the best darn food you can find. Start your morning with warm coffee and a sausage gravy stacker or melt-in-your-mouth French toast. Stop by later for our famous baked steak and creamy mashed potatoes. Tammy's Country Kitchen satisfies cravings from homemade noodles to subs, soups, and salads. Tammy's has it all. Make sure to try Tammy's homemade pies because they're sure to soothe that sweet tooth. Tammy's Country Kitchen is located on Canal Street in Nelsonville, open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tammy's Country Kitchen, home-cooked meals at their finest.
You carry an admirable sense of pride in your work. Your farm is your life, and it's been that way for generations. So protect what you've worked so hard to build with the generations of success of State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump. No one can tailor coverage or meet the needs of your farm like Shauna Stump can. Contact State Farm Agent Shauna Stump in Athens at 593-6882 for a quote or to get more information. Get to a better state. Get State Farm.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's Halftime Report. There's been a really nice high school football story happening in Newark this season. We'll talk about that as well as other Licking County high school football with Brian Meigs from our Newark affiliate next on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, Owen Willoughby from Jackson Center High School, for his commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
I enjoy it a lot because it's a lot about competing against yourself more or less than competing against other people. So even if I might finish in the middle of the pack, I still might have ran the best race that I've ever ran before. So it's still a good day, even though I didn't technically win the race.
Owen loves to run. He's on the cross country and track and field team, but he's also in FCA, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and Future Farmers of America, where he's been an officer for 4 years. Yes, much of what Owen does ties back to life on the farm.
It's the backbone of our society, you know. There's so much that goes unseen through agriculture that people who aren't into it every day don't see, and they don't understand that, you know, how much of a big impact that it actually has on everybody and their everyday lives.
At Bex, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
Are you a deer enthusiast? Introducing Buckbone Builder by Big Rag, the ultimate solution for robust antler development and overall health. Our unique blend of essential vitamins and minerals is formulated by deer hunters and perfected by nutritionists. 50-pound bags, double clean for maximum purity. Buckbone Builder is made with whole-shelled corn, soybeans, and locally grown in Athens County. Big Rag also offers the highest quality whole-shelled and flavored corn. You can purchase Buckbone Builder at Adventure Pro and all Detweiler locations. Learn more at buckbonebuilder.com or find us on Facebook.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Discover your future at Tri-County Career Center, where students earn industry-recognized credentials in fields like nursing, HVAC, networking, and welding. Dive into a learning experience that equips you with the job-focused skills needed to succeed in the workforce, the military, or college. Whether you're eyeing our 2-year programs or adult courses, you too can boost your earning potential. Take the first step today. Call 800-637-6508 or visit us at TriCountyHighTech.com. Tri-County proudly supports all student athletes.
Cottle Chipping is focused on providing logging and land clearing services with the highest levels of customer satisfaction and will do everything they can to meet your expectations. With a variety of offerings to choose from, they are sure you'll be happy working with them. There is no job too large for Cottle Chipping. Cottle Chipping has been in business for over 40 years, which is experience that you can trust. For more information about your logging and chipping needs, call Cottle Chipping at 740-596-5984. That's 740-596-5984.
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids at Beck's. They are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your game as we talk a little Licking County High School football this evening with Brian Meigs, who calls games for our Newark affiliate, WCLT. And, Brian, let's start with Newark. Such a nice story. 6-3 have clinched their first playoff spot in a really long time. Tell us about the really nice turnaround there.
It really has been amazing. You replace All-Ohio quarterback Steele Meister, who had 2,300 yards and 35 touchdowns last year, and the team went 2-8, losing 8 straight games. So you bring in a new quarterback, and Skip, it really started from the first play of the season. They fire a 74-yard pass on play number 1, and they've been off and running since. It really is an unbelievable story, and it's led by Bill Franks, who was an assistant at Newark from 92 to 96, head coach from 97 to 2001. He came back here in 2019. He's been building, and finally it's coming to fruition. And if they beat their arch rival Lancaster tonight to get 7 wins, just put it in perspective. Since they went 5-5 in 2016, their record has been 8-65.
Wow.
And they could get 7 wins tonight. What a turnaround.
Amazing story there in D1. Down to D2. Licking Heights is 3-6, but they can still get in, can't they?
They can. And they've got a very winnable game tonight taking on Zanesville. They are 15th in the region right now, but it looks like they will, if they get the victory, they could move up to maybe as far as number 12. So it's been a season where they've had so many injuries. And in fact, their star player, Jake Lapinto, who's going to Robert Morris, he had a fractured jaw, and last week against Watkins Memorial, their arch rival, he sewed that sucker shut and had a metal plate in his jaw just to play. So the team is giving everything they have, and they've got a great chance to make it to week number 11.
Brian, down to Division III, teams we're used to seeing having success. Granville and Licking Valley, both 8-1. Valley's clinched a home game, but boy, Regional 11 is just stacked.
Whoever wins that region has a great chance at winning the state. And Randy Boffman, Skip, in his 49th year, still getting it done. They've got a chance to go 9-1, and if he wins tonight, he will now have sole possession of 6th place all-time coaching victories in the state of Ohio. He's tied with Terry Malone from Hamilton-Baden. So he gets it done year in and year out.
They're a team that just brings their lunch pail. They go to work. They take on Watkins this evening, which will be a tough one. But if Valley wins 9-1, they'll get the host in the first round. And I can't not mention either Granville as well, because they've had a tremendous run with 3 coaches coming in the last 8 years. It's been amazing how they have been able to continue. So I think a couple teams from the county could make some noise in the postseason, but whether they do or not, it's been another great regular season here in Newark and Licking County.
Division 4, Heath is 4-5. Can they get in with a win and some help?
They win, they're probably in. They lose to Utica tonight, they are definitely out. They had a brutal non-conference, 4 straight road games, including games against Creston Norwayne, who is 8-1. We talked about Licking Valley. They were in it as well. And Johnstown, who is also 8-1. They always play better the second half of the year. They've had a couple of 50-point games the last couple of weeks. So Coach Ward and his bunch, if they get in, they could make some noise. But even if they win tonight, they might need a little bit of help.
Last thing, not your typical season for Newark Catholic. They got their first win last week, sitting at just 1-8. But did I see that there's still an outside chance for them if they get a win and maybe some help?
If they beat the Johnnies, who I just mentioned are 8-1, they literally could move up as high as 8 and host a home game in Division 7, Region 27 with a record of 2-8. But it's another team that has had the injury bug. Skip, they've started a 4th-string quarterback who basically is a wide receiver the last couple of weeks. Their top 3 quarterbacks are out. Mikey Hess, who is going to Dayton, who is a great running back and linebacker, he's been out. They have a couple of linemen out. They at one point were down to 21 players, which is unheard of at Newark Catholic, but they're still battling. And if Cinderella shows up tonight, postseason and hosting, who would have thought?
Brian Meigs, we appreciate your time. Thanks for hopping on, talking some Licking County High School football this evening, okay?
Thank you, Skip. Take care.
And we'll be back on the Ohio News Network.
I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott DeMauro, and on behalf of the OEA's 120,000 members, we're proud to bring you tonight's game. Our members are the public school educators who coach your kids on and off the field, because we believe in the potential of every student and their right to a high-quality public education, no exceptions. That's why we will continue to speak in one voice to demand the supports and resources our public schools need, because public education matters.
Did you know 38% of Ohio's teenagers have spent money on gambling in video and online games? Items like mystery boxes, skins, and spin to win mimic gambling, putting children at a higher risk of experiencing a gambling disorder as an adult. So get in the know about youth gambling and start the conversation with discussion guides, parent resources, and more at ChangeTheGameOhio.org. That's ChangeTheGameOhio.org.
Football season is here. Keep your athletes at their best with Holzer in Athens. Dr. Jason Cox Orthopedics and Dr. Aaron Ramsey Chiropractic Care are currently accepting new patients. From follow-up care to injury repair, our healthcare team at Holzer Athens will keep your athlete in the game. Call 855-446-5937 to schedule your appointment today. That's 855-446-5937.
Since 1963, Donato's was built on 3 fundamentals: creating a superior product, hiring great people, and adhering to strong principles that promote goodwill in the community. Stop by East State Street and try out their appetizing pizzas, subs, salads, desserts, and beverages with party sizes available. Donato's only uses the freshest of ingredients with no artificial colors in their food. Eat fresh. Every piece is important. Only at Donato's on East State Street in Athens.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise. But Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today by calling 753-1905.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
This is ONN.
Our thanks again to Brian Meigs for talking some Licking County High School football with us this evening. Enjoy the second half of your ball game. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling from the Ohio News Network.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
At the half, it's Alexander and Meigs tied at 6. As it's been a really interesting half. You can see where both of these teams, at Meigs especially, the defense is looking good. The offense looking good. They just have had these issues with drops. Yeah. We were able to talk during the half with our crew on WMPO, our sister station, Rick Ash. He was saying that this is the way it's been the entire year for them. They've struggled with drops the entire year. You look at it, I mean, not doing terrible offensively passing the ball with Jake Martin.
No, he's throwing the ball really well tonight.
126 passing yards, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 10 incompletions.
And most of those were drops.
Yeah.
The vast majority, almost every one of them, at least the hand was on the ball. And you just, for the Marauders, boy, that's just so frustrating because, you're calling the right plays. It's just, you're just not executing. You're just not, bringing the ball in. And some of that is perhaps due to the rain. But it sounds like a lot of that's just a lack of execution, lack of concentration for the Marauders receivers. And but for the Spartans, Carl, this is probably the best we've seen them play all year, and that's with a hampered Waller, out there playing on both offensive and defensive side. And so this has been a much more competitive game than I was kind of anticipating with the injury situation that the Spartans were dealing with coming into this game. And the Spartans definitely are in this, and they have a really good shot to win this game.
They start the ball with the second half. Are there any changes you would make to the game plan for Alexander? I think they've started to run Waller a little bit more. He's only gotten 4 carries. He has 111 yards, including a 65-yard touchdown. But you don't want to – that's something you got to keep a stop in and only run that in certain times.
It's just one of those that you just don't know. You don't know how much he can do before that leg just gives up, and I guarantee you he wants the ball, right? He wants the ball every time. There's no doubt. But you just don't know. And again, this is the last game of the season. You're going to put it all on the line. You want to leave this field with a victory tonight and head into the offseason feeling good and feeling good for your seniors, as they head on into their future. But for the Spartans, you just kind of keep doing what you're doing. Really, if they need to make some adjustments, it's probably on the defensive side. They're going to have to figure out how to stop some of those shorter passes, some of those screens and bubble screens and slip screens that Meigs has been running, because eventually they're going to start catching these passes. Okay, the balls are right there. They're just too good of passes to be dropping, and so they're going to start catching these balls. And for the Spartans, they need to make sure that they're wrapping up and they're making the tackle. Okay, it's okay to give up a reception here and there, but you don't let that 5-yard hitch route turn into a 20-yard, 30-yard reception. Just settle down, wrap your arms, let your teammates come to it, and make the play.
It's definitely going to be interesting. I think we already saw from Meigs Marauders, you had Caden O'Neill out there towards the end of the half where they've had issues with drops. I mean, they've had talked about it, 4 or 5 drops. They got to get that figured out. See if Caden O'Neill in there will help a little bit. I mean, you got Dustin Vance has had several receptions, along with Landon DeWeese. Vance 61 yards on about 7 receptions. DeWeese, 5 receptions for 41 yards. You also have one for Griffin Hudson. He had one for 9 yards. But you got to figure that out. And once you get that figured out, you can go a long way with it. But
yeah, I'll tell you, Meigs looks like, they look like they could play with any team in the TVC at times. And I think that's kind of been their experience this year. They were playing okay with even the Bulldogs, but then they just silly mistakes, turnovers, penalties.
Getting behind the sticks.
And that's what's been happening to them tonight. The Spartans, they did have an interception. There was a situation there where Jules was trying to throw the ball away, and they had a nice drive going, and he threw an interception. But outside of that, this is probably the best we've seen them all year take care of the football. If I were to pick out of the two teams who's made the most mistakes, I'd certainly say Meigs made the most mistakes between their one turnover and the penalties and the drop passes.
But definitely some stuff that they need to shore up heading into this second half. Alexander will start with the ball when the second half starts. I want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to bring the game to you tonight. And they are Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Buckbone Builder by Big Rack, Tammy's Country Kitchen, Caudale Chipping, the Jackson County Health Department Search Program, Holzer Health System, Shauna Stump of State Farm Insurance, Stop and Cop, Integrated Services, Donato's, Wendy's, Sikorsky's Home Plate, and our alignment of the week is brought to you by Doug's Carryout. And I know we had Kurt from Big Buckbone Builder in earlier back in week 2 when we were here, and you and him are spearheading a really cool thing with the radio station coming in November.
Yeah, we got the Big Rack contest that's happening. Of course, deer season's it's pretty fired up, and we're about ready to head into the rut. I know a lot of our listeners out there, they're big into hunting. And, they're getting ready for the next couple of weeks of the craziness of the deer running all over the place and the unpredictability. And so, we're having this contest that I think we're really going to enjoy. It's really Porter's Place in the morning. He's the one that kind of spearheaded, or at least was the brainchild of it. And I guess we've taken off and ran with it. And, Kurt Klein from Buckbone Builder, from Big Rack, I should say, is our title sponsor for that. We have a number of other really nice, really good people who are sponsoring it as well. We'll be announcing those businesses here within the week, next week. And it should be pretty exciting, pretty fun thing that we'll get to do. And maybe, Carl, will get you out there with a crossbow and see if you can't get you a deer, huh? We'll go get you an apprentice license. Yeah, I'll get you out there.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I do enjoy, I love the venison. My goodness, the venison sausage, the summer sausage, you can't top that. It's a heck of a lot better to kill with a crossbow than your car. Done that once. Was not fun. Did get to keep the antlers. I got them somewhere.
It is car season for deer right now. I'll tell you, it's car season for deer. Be careful, folks. We got a lot of folks that are going to be driving home tonight from these ball games, and be safe with this rain. And of course, these deer are going to be moving tonight. It's cooling down, and they're definitely going to be running around on the roads tonight. So be careful driving home.
Let's get a few score updates before we close out halftime here. The big game, obviously, is NY Athens.
How about that halftime score, Carl?
13-7 at the half. Perry County Super Bowl, New Lex up on Sheridan 22-10. Halftime, finally, Trimble slowing down. It's 46-0 River Valley. Fort Fry up on Point Pleasant 13-0. Wellston up 12-6 on Vinton County at the half.
Got some more there, Carl. Sorry, I don't want to cut in.
See if we can get no score in, because they've got the World Series at the top of Score Stream. Thank you for that. Scoreless there. I can't say I care too much about that one this year.
Yeah.
Miller up 42-0 on Manchester. Wheelersburg up on Portsmouth West 21-6.
What's Miller's record this year? That's a former TVC
They're looking good. They're looking good. It looks very likely that they're going to get a double home game in the three-seed in Division 7. There's a very good chance that we could see a second-round matchup between Tremble and Miller.
Wow.
That's be
an old school rivalry right there. Right up Route 13 between the Tomcats and the Falcons.
I tell you what, it would sure It definitely would beat a drive up to Steubenville Central Catholic between those two for Trimble in that first round. I'm trying to get a score on the Central Catholic score.
But, Nelsonville does win that game against Athens. I think you were explaining to me, Carl, that probably gives them a home game next week.
Likely, yes.
So that has huge implications for the Buckeyes. I'm sure, the Bulldogs, they've clinched home games, probably double home games for the season.
If they lose tonight, there is a little bit of a chance that they would not.
Okay.
But likely they're at least going to have a home game and could get the double home game. It's going to be a little bit close.
Yep. And folks, if you're listening to us and you want to, kind of do a little double duty, and again, Carl, you said you can just flip on YouTube on the TV and turn to Total Media Sports, and you can watch the Buckeyes and Bulldogs, and you can listen to us here on the radio. We like as much football as we can get, right, Carl?
Oh, yeah.
We'll take it.
I am one of those people that have the quad box out there. Last few weeks, I've managed to get the Octo box out there. Get 2 TVs out in the living room.
Yeah.
I don't think I can convince my girlfriend to do that tomorrow. We'll see on that. Meigs to kick it off here to start the second half. They'll send a high kick. It's going to be bounce and field at the 20-yard line. Running to the far side, it dropped at the 27. Big hit there. Looked like that. That looked like it was Cooper Jude with the boom.
And Maddox Meek there was on the return for the Spartans.
He got crumpled.
Yeah, did a nice job holding on to the ball. Again, it's starting to rain,
Rain's picking up again. This is the last little wave of it. It should be dry by the fourth quarter, but you got to be careful it doesn't mess up. But so far, outside of the drops from Meigs, they've done a very good job, Alexander especially, of holding on to the ball.
We're not seeing any puddles or anything. Of course, it's been so dry around here. Folks know it's soaking it right up.
And this is going to be a handoff to Waller. Waller up the middle. There's a flag down as Waller's only going to pick up 5. But it's going to be holding.
You hate to start the second half of the hold. You'll set yourself way behind the sticks here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Davis come out here and say, all right, Waller, let's see what you got. At least get out of him what you can here to start, especially this first offensive series. It's so important coming out of the half to have a good offensive series. This is a little bit different situation now. Now you're 1st and 20 instead of a 2nd down and 5.
See what the Spartans do here. I'd expect a screen pass. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side. It's going to be a handoff to Waller. Waller running to the right and is going to get tackled there. That was a really good job by Brogan Jenkins, the defensive end there, to be able to grab him and pull him down. Got him by the shoulders, but kind of was able to hold on enough.
That's one of those plays where if Waller is 100%, he breaks that tackle. We've seen it. We've seen it many times earlier in this season where he just ran through hands, and that jersey pull wasn't going to stop him earlier in the season. But again, he's not 100%, but he's definitely doing a pretty good job tonight.
Trips into the boundaries here on the right hash. Back to pass. Jewell steps up and just got caught in the wash there, and finally brought down. Dustin Vance was one of the people down in on that tackle. I believe another one was David Young as well. But I think it was Vance who was able to grab him because it looked like he was able to run through, and then suddenly he was slammed back in the scrum.
Yeah, he had a little more time than I think he thought he had, and then he saw a little gap there, and he tried to hit it. It looked like he was going to slip through there, but Vance was able to grab his jersey and pull him down.
3rd down for Alexander. Only their third down of the day with turnovers and touchdowns. They haven't really had the ball too much. Meigs has had a lot of the time of possession. Three wide receivers to the far side. This is going to be a handoff to Waller up the middle. Waller fighting through a tackle and just gets tackled. Took it down with a bit of a submarine tackle there.
Yep.
number on that turnaround. It was Cooper Jude.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle by Jude. You know, obviously being a smaller guy, he needs to do what he can to bring a big brute like Waller down, and he just kind of dove at his legs. And, of course, Waller with a bum ankle right now, you know, it's understandable that he would go down on that tackle.
So it'll be punting time for Alexander. They go 3 and out on the first possession of this third quarter. And low snap. It's going to be picked up. Can Roush still get away? He did.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, it's going to bounce around near midfield and take a weird hop there. Actually kicked over to the Meigs side of the field. So Meigs will start with the 47. And you know what? That's a pretty good punt, all things considered.
Spartans are very fortunate to get anything positive out of that because that ball, you know, it wasn't a very good snap. It was low, kind of rolled around. I'm kind of surprised Meigs wasn't able to get back there and block the ball. So Spartans catch a break as far as at least getting the punt off. And, like I said, Carl, turned into a pretty decent punt. But Meigs certainly has really good field position here on their own 46, 47-yard line.
2 wide receivers each side for Martin. He's going to running back to the left. And he's going to hand it off to him up the middle to pick up a 4.
Yeah.
As that was once again Howard.
Yeah, Howard, not the fastest back, but he's a strong kid, and he's getting quite a few carries here tonight. I'm sure they've utilized him throughout the season.
They've been running a lot out of open formations, and that's kind of hindered how well they can run the ball tonight. It's going to be a toss play. That's Cooper Jude. And Jude going to pick up.
That was Howard.
No, yeah, that is Howard. No, that is.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the speed really to be much of a threat on those pitch plays, on those edge plays. You have to get some really good blocking on the edge. He's more of a bulldozer, run up the middle type back.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for Meigs. They've not done well on 3rd down today. 3 for 11. 2 by 2. And now they're going to have Isaiah Arms in formation, or
motion.
Going to motion, and now over to Griffin. And look out, Griffin Hudson on the screen, found a bit of space. Waller tries to chase him down. He cannot. 47-yard touchdown reception for Griffin Howard.
They've been running that similar type of screen really from the first series. It's just different variations of essentially the same screen, and they've come close a few times of popping it big, and finally they did. Spartans, a couple missed tackles there, and the Marauders come out here on their first offensive drive of the second half, do a really good job of executing, catching the ball, which is key. That was their bugaboo in the first half, and they put the points on the board.
Now attempt another extra point. That one is good.
Kind of interesting. Their kicker, it's almost like a one-step soccer-style kick.
And with 7:55 to go in the third quarter, it's 13-6. Meigs leading.
Integrated Services is constantly seeking partnerships.
How can I have a meaningful relationship with primary care providers so that we can take care of our shared community of people that need support?
We've grown exponentially, and I really see the next 5 to 10 years being a similar story.
The opportunities are endless.
Roving reporter here. Excuse me, ma'am. I'll give you $14,934,386.83 if you can tell me the best place in town to get pops, chips, candy, sports drinks, and a lot more.
Stop and Come?
That's right. Stop and Come drive-through carryout is the best place to get party stuff, munchies, all kinds of pops and sodas.
Excuse me.
Candies galore, chips, sports drinks.
Excuse me.
Yes, what is it?
What about my money?
What money?
Something $1 million.
Can't remember how much, huh? Stop and Come drive-through carryout, 362 Richland Avenue, Athens. Proud supporter of high school sports.
Meigs will kick it away. Coming down a little bit heavier, and it gets away. But finally, it's going to be pitched back. That did not go well. Bateman pitched it back there.
Yeah, I don't know if that was actually designed.
Shad, I think that might have been, but
could have been.
It wasn't the best opportunity.
I don't see Coach Davis overreacting to it, so it could have very well been designed. Because that was a little dangerous there, almost acting like it was an option play. on the return.
Well, and I mean, it would make sense and it would work well, but they were on the short side of the field there, and there was not that much space since they kind of fumbled the ball when they were trying to grab it at first.
Spartans need to answer here.
1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. 7:47 to go, third quarter, 13-6. Man in motion. That's Bateman. They're going to toss it to him. Bateman tries to get the edge, and he does. Bateman to the 40, shrugs off a tackle, and brought down at the 46-yard line. Pick up at 23.
Just kind of a jet motion there, and really well blocked on the edge. Waller from the halfback position basically led on the play. Picked up a nice block there on the edge. Receiver did a nice job out there as well, and really nice run for the Spartans. Good start to the series.
3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 wide receiver to the far side. Jewell going to hand it off to Waller. Waller gets to the sideline and a pickup. Still going. He cut back and finally brought down to the Meigs 40-yard line. Pick up at 15.
Brogan Jenkins for the Marauders, he had some penetration and it looked like he was about to make the tackle, but one of his own defenders knocked him off, and Waller was able to slip through the hole and pick up a nice gain.
Alexander down there switching balls every single play pretty much here, trying to keep the ball dry. With this rain coming down.
Yeah, really no wind, though, but, certainly the rain can have its impact still.
It was a keeper to Waller. Jewell keeps it, gets a block. Jewell's got a seam. He's got the first down to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, that fooled me a little bit too, Carl, because that was a nice job by Jewell, carrying out the fake and tucking it. And
Waller took the brunt of it. And what you're seeing here is Meigs is really going for the legs of Waller, trying to take him out of that. And I think that's something to where that really helped him there, because instead of going up towards the shoulders of Waller, they went towards his legs, and you can't recover from that.
Yeah.
This is going to be a handoff to Waller. Waller finds a little bit of a crease, but a really good tackle there. That was Aaron Tobin, the defensive tackle, able to tackle him before he gets too far into the second level. It's still going to be a pickup of 5.
Yeah, pick up 5 or 6. It was a really nice hole, really nice job by the offensive line. Waller didn't really even get touched until he was at the second level.
3 wide receivers into the boundary, 1 wide receiver way out wide. Ball on the right hash. 2nd and 4. It's going to be a play action, and just keeping it is going to be Jewell, and a very good job getting off of his block there by Wade Howard. Shed the block and forced Carter Jewell out of bounds. After only a pick.
There was more there for Jewell, but he just picked the wrong hole.
No gain.
Yeah, he just kind of picked the wrong spot. If he'd have turned it up sooner, he could have picked up quite a few yards there, but he decided to balance it out, and by then the Meigs Marauders were able to shed their blocks. Shed their blocks and make tackle.
So that's going to be 3rd down and 4 now here for Alexander. You're down in this part of the field. You have to take advantage here. Waller in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to him, and he fights through a tackle, gets to the edge, to the 10. He's got the corner. There is a flag down as he's out of bounds inside the 5.
Earl, I think it's coming back. Hold. Oh.
It was such a shame. Waller looked like he was going to be tackled to the line of scrimmage, broke free, and got the corner. Would have been a pickup of about 17, but instead, they're going to bring it back.
Just don't want to waste those type of carries by Waller, because you just don't know how many he has in him. And, he broke a tackle in the backfield, like you described, Carl, and was able to slip through and broke it out to the outside. And a really nice game.
And I
didn't see the hole.
The worst part is one of those downfield holes.
Yeah, and I didn't see it, and it was well behind the flag, where the flag was thrown. It was well behind the runner. And so, it's still manageable. It's 3rd and about 6 because the flag was downfield.
Coach Davis kind of confused about it. He was talking with the near official, and the near official didn't see anything, but it's going to be a option
face mask.
Brought down, but a face mask.
Yeah.
That was
getting Brogan Jenkins there for the Marauders. He did a really nice job of reading the option. He was right there to make the play, and that happens sometimes. Certainly not intentional. As you're trying to wrap up, sometimes you'll catch the face mask,
especially on that option. You're trying to make yourself as big as possible to make sure there's no opportunity for them to pitch the ball. You get as big as possible. You bring it back down. And
absolutely.
Sometimes you get the face mask.
Great point, Carl.
Got there 15. Well, it'd be half the distance with it inside the 30, but still, it's going to be enough for a first down.
And Carter Jewell's a really slippery runner too, and so you have to, like you described, you have to get big, and you're reaching sometimes, and he just snagged his face mask as he was reaching. Big penalty for the Marauders there. They're going to give up the first down here, and now the Spartans are in good shape here.
1st and 10 from the Marauder 12. It's going to be a counter handoff to Waller. Waller cuts, diving for the end zone. He dives in. Touchdown.
Wow.
Isaac Waller, a 12-yard touchdown rush with 4:35 to go in the third quarter.
I can't tell. I think Coach Davis is waving. We're going to go for 2 here. Now, they definitely the Spartans have a good kicker. The problem they've faced this season is they've had several of these kicks blocked. And so maybe that's why Coach Davis is deciding to go for 2 in this situation.
The first one was blocked today. 4:35 to go, third quarter. Might as well go for it, I guess. 13-12. This is for the lead. Back to pass. Jewell throws just past the outstretched arms.
He slapped himself in the helmet. He slapped himself in the helmet, Jewell did, because he knew it was there, and it was just a bad ball. He kind of rushed the throw, didn't let his feet get set, and that's going to happen when you're excited and you see a guy that open. You just want to get him the ball, but the mechanics still got to be right to make it happen.
So it'll remain 13-12. Alexander trailing Meigs, but definitely a good one here.
It's, it happens every time in close games like this. When you miss an extra point early on, you seem like you're chasing that point the entire game. And so, Spartans, but again, that was a great drive by the Spartans. Great answer, going down there and scoring. Waller had some really good runs. They started with that jet sweep. That was a really nice run. And so, Spartans coming down here, this is the best we've seen the Spartans look this season. And the Spartans have been squibbing the ball here on most of their kickoffs. That could be the result of, Meigs has a couple pretty good athletes back there deep returning.
See what they do here. It's going to be kicked deep. It's going to be fielded at the 5. Cut to the 20. A little bit of space. There's a flag down as a kicker to beat. Down the sideline. He is going to be gone.
That flag is going to save them.
It is. Wow. It's ran all the way back by Griffin Hudson, but there's a flag at the 27-yard line. A good attempt at a tackle there by Jake Roush, but he tripped him up a little bit, but not able to bring him down. Not that it will matter.
The flag came kind of early in the return. I don't know how much of an impact it had on the return, but I don't know what else that could be other than a hold with where that was thrown.
Or some sort of blocking.
Referee's talking to the Meigs coach there, talking to Coach Yates. Obviously, Coach Yates isn't too happy about the news.
Holding from the 27, so that'll negate the run back. I gotta stop the clock here. There we go. And a few seconds off. 3:35 in the third quarter.
Excuse me, Mr. Official, how much time should be on the clock? Our clock guy accidentally let it run.
It should be 3:37.
We have binoculars. Tell us how much time. 4:51.
3:51. We almost got quite a bit of extra time there.
Minute there, almost. So a big break here for the Spartans, getting the hold on that kickoff return that went for a touchdown.
Back to pass and throwing a little out route. Upended. Good catch there. That was Dustin Vance on the reception.
Yeah.
Pick up a 7, but that was good. Dove at his ankles pretty much there.
I mean, Vance had, a few drops there in the first half of balls that were, really well thrown. That was a really well thrown ball, but he was hit hard, kind of basically submarined as soon as he caught it. But he's able to hold on to the ball, so give credit to that young man.
Trips to the near side. Ball's out. Ball is out. Who has the ball? I think it's still loose. It's back at the 20-yard line. It looks like Meigs got back on top of it, but the snap was not great there, and that's going to bring up third down and long.
That's happened a few times now tonight. Now it looks like we got an injury. It looks like a Spartan to me.
Yeah, it is.
Could be one of the, I think it's a defensive lineman, I believe. Holding his ankle, it looks like. Yeah, that ball bounced around. It looked like several players had an opportunity to recover the ball, and I didn't catch who finally got on it. It may have even been the quarterback that got back on it. But that's twice now Meigs has, snapped the ball back and let it bounce around, and we're able to get on it.
3:10 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout with the injured Spartan.
Welcome to Tammy's Country Kitchen with friendly faces and the best darn food you can find. Start your morning with warm coffee and a sausage gravy stacker or melt-in-your-mouth French toast. Stop by later for our famous baked steak and creamy mashed potatoes. Tammy's Country Kitchen satisfies cravings from homemade noodles to subs, soups, and salads. Tammy's has it all. Make sure to try Tammy's homemade pies because they're sure to soothe that sweet tooth. Tammy's Country Kitchen is located on Canal Street in Nelsonville, open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tammy's Country Kitchen, home-cooked meals at their finest.
If you're a small business owner, you know what you mean to your customers. You're the local pro, a neighborhood problem solver, a person in their community they know will treat them right. State Farm agent Shauna Stump is no different. Shauna runs a small business in Athens, too, and she's perfectly positioned to understand your needs and help you protect your small business. Stop in or talk with State Farm agent Shauna Stump for small business insurance today.
What in the world? What did I see it then? Okay.
Davin Steenrod was the injured player as he's walked off the field. Take a seat. He did get off on his own power. Was a bit slow going off with like some sort of ankle injury. But it's going to bring up third down and 7 for Meigs. After that fumble, see what they do here, and it's going to be a little bit longer, it looks like. False start. So make it third down and 12. All the way back to the 15-yard line. The line to gain is the 27. 3 wide receivers to the far side. That's into the boundary. 1 wide receiver on the hash on the near side. That's Griffin Hudson. Hudson's had some breakaway speed lately. Looking. Martin's going to throw deep, and it's got a man. Caught at the 50 and run out of bounds. It's Landon DeWeese.
Yeah, that was a cover 3 coverage by the Spartans, and basically the Marauders had 2 receivers running seam routes, fly routes, and the corner had to pick one to defend because he was back there by himself in that third of the field, and he picked wrong.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Alexander 44-yard line. Bunch to the far side. This is going to be a screen pass that is over the head of Griffin Hudson.
Yeah, that's the same play they scored the touchdown on.
Last drive.
Yeah. Spartans they better be ready for it because they're going to keep coming back to it. That was just, it was there. It was just an overthrow.
It'll be 2nd and 10. Rain's just about to finish up, by the way. So it'll be dry for the rest of this game. And the field will be a little bit wet, but it'll soak up pretty quickly. A little bit of a high snap as that's a handoff up the middle And maybe a pickup of 1. I don't think they're going to give him that with Howard. So it's going to be third down and long again for Meigs.
Sweeney with the tackle again. Senior for the Spartans. Really good defensive end for him. Tough kid. He gets in on quite a few tackles.
Third down and 10. 2 by 2. With 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Meigs leading Alexander 13-12. They have the ball. Trying to put together some plays. Back to pass. Martin looks. He's going to check it down to Howard. Howard fights forward, and he's going to be near the first down. I think he's got it. Nope, a little bit short. Yep. At the 36th.
Fourth and about a long one.
Yeah.
Fourth down.
Yeah, Mash caught that ball with the, he had, Howard caught that ball, and he had steam behind him in that situation.
Mash tried to make the tackle, and he had him around the pads, and Howard fought forward for another few yards. It's going to bring up a fourth down. Meigs has done pretty good on fourth down, 3 for 4 on the day. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, Jake Martin, up the middle. He's got it up to the 32-yard line. Pickup of 5, and pickup of 4, excuse me. It's going to be first down, though.
Kind of surprised we haven't seen a little bit more of Martin running the ball. Former wide receiver, you'd think he probably has some running skills. But that's really the first time I can recall a designed quarterback run being called tonight.
Yeah, it is. He hasn't run the ball outside of that, so see if they'll go to that a little bit more here. Back to pass Martin. It's going to be a screen to Luis, and it's skipped.
Yeah. They're running these screens just simply because Spartans are playing so soft on both receivers, both the outside and inside receiver. And I don't blame Coach Yates for calling these screens because
it's basically been their run because they have not been able to run the ball very well with how much Alexander's kind of stacked the box. You have Isaac Waller in there, and even though he's only on half a leg, he's still been able to move. This is going to be a handoff up the middle, and chopped down is Howard. That's Waller on the tackle up to the 29-yard line, so it's going to bring up third down and 7.
Is that something? Sideline warning.
Sideline warning on Meigs is they'll have their 15th third down of the day.
Wow, 15 third downs already.
4 for 14 so far today. Not really a great percentage there.
They'll go for it on fourth down if they don't get it.
3rd and 7, back to pass Martin. He's going to throw, slant route, it's caught. And fighting through, Vance still fighting all the way down to the 10. He's going to make it into the end zone. Touchdown. Dustin Vance fighting through tacklers all the way for the 28-yard touchdown reception.
He's definitely
15 seconds to go in the third.
He's definitely having a better second half than he did the first half as far as catching it. And you can tell he caught that ball and he was running angry. There was probably 4 or 5. It seemed like 4 or 5 Spartans he was dragging into the end zone. And that was an impressive catch and run by Vance there.
And so
here's a foreign exchange student kicker here.
Paulo Perales, the junior.
A little one-step soccer-style kick. I'm sure he played soccer over in his home country.
And he got it again.
Yeah.
See if he does a soccer slide this time.
He does it, yeah. He did the slide last time, the old soccer slide. No, he did
the swing.
That's fun. High school sports, man. You got to love it.
So Meigs takes the lead 20-12 here with 15 seconds in the third quarter. Want to thank our sponsors that allowed us to bring this to you. They are the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Buckbone Builder by Big Rack, Tammy's Country Kitchen, Caudale Chipping, the Jackson County Health Department Search Program, Holzer Health System, Shauna Stump of State Farm Insurance, Stop and Cop, Integrated Services, Donato's, Wendy's, Sikorsky's Home Plate, and our alignment of the week is brought to you by Doug's Carryout.
This has been a really good game, Carl, and you can tell both these teams, they've gotten better throughout the season. We hadn't seen Meigs live, we've just been listening to our colleagues, our broadcast colleagues, and what they've had to say about the Marauders. But again, this is a chance opportunity to end the season on a 3-game winning streak, and so this is. Again, important game for both of these teams.
It's kicked off and fielded to the 15-yard line, trying to find a little bit of space up to the 33, for Alex Bateman. 9 seconds to go. We'll have one play before the third quarter expires.
I expect to see a lot of Isaac Waller for the rest of this game for the Spartans. He's proven that he can overcome this injury, and he's a really good athlete, and so. You're going to try to finish this season off on a high note for Coach Davis and the Spartans, and so use your best tool, your best weapons that you have available in the field. And right now, that's Isaac Waller.
See what Alexander does here on this last play of the third quarter. Likely, I guess they could pass the ball. Have an incompletion. 3 wide receivers. Bateman in motion now. It'll be 2-by-2. And it is going to be a handoff to Waller. Waller up the middle, finding a little bit of space, but bottled up and dropped at the 37-yard line and pick up a 4, and that'll end the third quarter. 20-12. Meigs leading Alexander.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Tri-County Career Center offers students the opportunity to earn industry-recognized credentials in fields like cosmetology, welding, diesel agriculture, and sports medicine. Our programs focus on teaching job-specific skills that prepare you for the workforce, military service, or college. We offer 2-year programs and short-term adult classes. Ready to learn new skills and boost your earning potential? Start today by calling 800-637-6508 or visit us online at tricountyhightech.com.
Score update from Buchtel, 14-13. Athens has just scored a touchdown to retake the lead. That's early in the fourth quarter. That's a big one there. So it's going to be back and forth at Boston Field as before we start the fourth quarter here. Have somebody go off the field.
There's an equipment issue.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Earpiece, maybe? Something along those lines.
It looks like a mouthpiece.
Yeah, it could be.
It's going to be a handoff to Waller. Waller trying to find the corner, and they bottled him up again. They're not even going to give him a pickup of anything. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for Alexander, who still has not converted a 3rd down. They have, through penalty, they have had a penalty conversion, a penalty on 3rd down, but as far as actually moving the ball past the sticks on 3rd down, they've not converted one today.
This is a really big 3rd down. You're early in the fourth quarter here, but you certainly want to put together a drive, try to answer back the Marauders score. You don't want to give the Marauders the ball right back. The Marauders, they figured it out. They're catching the ball now, and so you want to try to keep the ball away from the Marauders offense.
Back to pass. It's going to be a little bit of a screen pass through the hands. That was intended. Wyatt McDonald. Yep. So that's going to bring up 4th down, and I think you have to punt the ball here and give Meigs a long field. Meigs has scored in both of their second half possessions, though.
Carl, if you've been practicing a fake punt all season long, right now's the time to run it.
We'll see.
But the Marauders look like they're not even putting a guy deep because they're again, Coach Yates, smart coach. He knows this is the perfect opportunity to run a fake punt, and so he's not even putting a guy deep.
I don't think they have enough people out there.
They're gonna have to call timeout or take the 5-yard
10 seconds.
penalty.
Let's see. Well, no, they'll get him set with 5 seconds on the play clock, and it's a high snap over the head of Roush. We've had another one with that. He's going to pick that up. This one is not going to be as good of a punt as the last time, but a flag. Oh,
Roughing
no. Roughing the punt because
Wow.
it was just a bad punt. It didn't get tipped. You have to be able to tip the ball, and if it's a 15-yard penalty.
Oh, my goodness. This
is it running or roughing?
It is roughing.
Oh, my.
There's two officials that threw flags. Yep.
It's
personal
roughing.
Foul.
Roughing the kicker.
Oh, man. What?
And it's an automatic first down. Oh, no.
So you go from, basically giving the Marauders the ball on your own 30-yard line to your first down and 10 inside there.
And not only that, it is because again, it's not from where he got hit. It's from the original line of scrimmage. Yep. That's a 20-yard difference.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be first down and 10 from the Meigs 47.
That's basically a 35-yard penalty right there, Carl.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. That really – Spartans have to take advantage of that, here. They've been given new life in this game, in this situation. Again, it's still early in the fourth quarter, but that was a critical situation there, critical play, critical penalty, and the Spartans breathed new life in this game.
So, first and 10 from the 47-yard line. This is going to be a handoff to Mash. Mash finding a bit of space.
Yeah.
And finally, suplex down at the 38-yard line.
It's a good-looking run by Mash here. We haven't seen him much out of the tailback position tonight. They may be giving Waller a little bit of a break here.
Tackle by Zach Goebel. It's going to be 2nd and 1. But yeah, I mean, we haven't seen that T look very often tonight. We saw it for a few plays early, but now we're going to have 2nd and 1. Let's see if they bring that T look out again. I haven't seen any of Trent Mash. Really, hardly at all today.
Yeah, he ran that jet sweep there for a nice gain one time, and that play maybe need to give him the ball a little bit more here.
It's a handoff to Waller, and he's dropped in the backfield. A really good tackle for loss there by Aaron Tobin.
Yeah. Marauders really keying on Waller right now, and that's understandably so, because certainly Waller's the best player out there on the field right now, even with a bum foot.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Spartans. From the Meigs 42-yard line, you got to get this first down here, even though it's still 9:40 to go in the game. But you haven't been able to stop Meigs on defense this entire half.
Yeah. 4-down territory. Got a 3rd and 5 here. Pick up a few here.
Going with the T again. Max protect. Bateman in trouble. Rolls out. Going to throw. It's caught. Alex Bateman, first down up to the Meigs 28-yard line.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Jewell there. He just kind of took his time. He didn't rush himself. He had a little bit of pressure up the middle, so he just rolled out, took his time, found the open receiver, and really good execution by the sophomore.
It looks like Bateman might be cramping here.
Yeah.
But again, and that's good play design there as well, because you have your sophomore quarterback back there. You design it to where you put it in the T formation, and you can sit there and have Max protect, and both running backs stayed in there. Meigs brought a blitz, but both running backs were there to pick it up, and Jewell had plenty of time to find the open receiver.
Plenty of time, and it wasn't really a complicated route. The receiver just kind of ran out there and hitched and waited, and the Marauders were running a zone scheme on the defensive side, and the corner was playing pretty soft and well executed by the Spartans, taking advantage of what the defense was giving them. And here we are, 1st down and 10 inside the Marauders 30. Really good opportunity here for the Spartans to perhaps go down and tie this football game up.
Ball spotted at the 28. And we're going to see trips to the near side. One wide receiver to the far side here. Waller in the backfield behind Jewell. And it's going to be an option play to Waller. Waller has it, and it's going to be dropped in the backfield. Loss of 5 there, and Colt Newton was out on the far side. He had to block that corner. He wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, and he actually got called for the holding, too.
Oh, no. Yeah, there is a flag over there.
And the official's talking to the coach because the coach was...
He's going to decline it, make it 2nd down and 15 instead of 1st and 20.
Yep. Yeah, it was just... receiver out there didn't sit down, and try to get in front of the defender and just reached out and grabbed him by the back of the jersey as he was running by and made one problem even worse.
So it'll be second and 16 from the 34-yard line. And whoa. I gotta fix the box. There we go. Second and 16. They've got it set up on the down marker now. Back to pass. Jewell looking in trouble and spins into a sack. And was that Aaron Tobin again?
60.
It was 60. No, it was not Aaron Tobin again.
Wyatt Koff.
It was Wyatt Koff.
Yeah. He's had a good
senior
game. Yeah, he's had a couple big plays here tonight. And now you're way behind. Oh, another holding penalty, and they're going to decline it. Right, yep. So
back-to-back holding penalties there, yeah.
Yeah, both were declined because the result of the play was a loss. And now this is third and forever for the Spartans. So you're trying to at least get, hopefully 10 yards on this third down to give yourself a chance to go for it on fourth.
It's third down and 25.
Yeah, I'd say 25, 26.
24 according to the board. Line to gain is back at the 18-yard line. Rolling out to his left. Jewell looks, throws across his body. He's got a man open, and it's dropped.
Wow. It would have been a great catch, but it was there. It was catchable. It would have been a really good catch.
Rylan Hux tried to make the diving catch and could not on the sideline. He's pretty mad at himself. Don't beat yourself up too much with that because it was a tough catch on the run. It was a really good throw by Jewell on the run as well, across his body to find the open man. He was accurate.
What do you do here if you're Coach Davis? I mean, it's fourth and forever. Ideally, you'd punt the ball here and try to pin Marauders deep in their own territory.
Push punt, maybe?
Well, but the problem is they've been having issues with the snap on the punt, right? 2 times they've botched the snap on the punt. And so he's going to go for it here. I would probably punt in this situation, try to pin the Marauders deep. But he's going to go for it here.
Still could be a push punt. And it is going to. Nope, it's not. Jewell back to pass, throws, and it's going to be an arm punt. Intercepted.
The Marauders,
inside the 10.
They'd have been a lot better off. Just it turns into a punt, essentially. Coach Davis is down here. He's not clapping his hands, but in his mind, he's clapping his hands because that turns out perfectly for the Spartans with the Marauders picking that ball off. He should have just batted the ball down because then the ball would have been all the way back here at the 45 or so.
That's a sophomore Beckham Black. So, I mean, if you're telling me you get an opportunity to get a pick, you'll take that.
I understand.
It's hard not to be able to do that. So it's going to be, but it is going to be a big difference between the 43-yard line and the 8. It's an arm punt, and a good one at that.
Yeah, really good punt, it turns out to be. And so what the Spartans need to do now is get a 3 and out right here, get the ball back, and you're in fine shape. You still got plenty of time in this game, 8:25 left in the game.
And it's going to be quarterback keeper here for Martin, and Martin bottled up and dropped after a pickup of 3. And Carter Jewell. Now, this is interesting. Jewell's over on the sideline, and he's got the headset. He's got coach's headset down there talking with the coaches in the box.
Yeah. Teaching him up on something that they probably saw in that last series that they're likely going to run when they get the ball back here. Hopefully for the Spartans soon.
2nd and 7. Clock under 8 minutes to go. 20-12. Meigs leads Alexander here in week 10. This is going to be a handoff and not a ton there. Maybe a pickup of 2. It's Howard again. It's going to be 3rd down and 5.
Coach Yates, coming out here with the first 2 plays, pretty conservative runs deep in his own territory. Certainly doesn't want to, can't afford a costly turnover deep in your own territory. And so a couple conservative runs, but you do have a 3rd down, a manageable 3rd down and 5 here.
They're going to run the clock down. It'll be run down to about 7:05 by the time the Meigs snaps the ball. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side. They're trying to get it switched. Nobody's on, and we're going to get a timeout. We got a timeout, Alexander. They had to. Nobody was on that near receiver.
Yeah, Vance was open. They were trying to switch around. They didn't have the defense lined up correctly. If they had snapped that ball, they could have just thrown it out to about 2 receivers for an easy 1st down.
So a good timeout. It's the first timeout of the half for Alexander.
And you really don't want to waste. It's not a waste because that basically stopped the Marauders from getting a first down there. But you're down by 8, halfway through the fourth quarter here, 7:08 left. You want to try to save those timeouts if you can, but that's a situation where you just had to use it to hopefully force the Marauders to go 3 and out here and punt the ball.
Last score update as of 9 minutes ago is still Athens 14, NY 13. As that'll decide the top of the TVC Ohio. This game deciding the middle of it.
Yeah. And these two teams, they have the potential here in the next year or two to be competing with the Nelsonville Yorks and the Athens and those types of teams in the TVC. Just a matter of having consistency. They certainly have the coaching staffs in place to do it.
Back to pass. It's going to be a little bit of a cornerback or a running back screen and fighting forward, getting the first down up to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that was really well executed play by quarterback Martin. They basically swung the running back out into the flats, and he took his time, let the running back get in position to catch the ball, tossed it out there, and Howard did a nice job of getting north and south and getting the first down.
A little bit of a high snap. It's going to be a handoff to Howard, and Howard only going to pick up about 2 there. And they're going to have to be able to use those screenplays, and they're going to have to be accurate and be able to catch those screenplays because they're likely going to have to run that a lot on third down. They have not had success running the ball. They'll probably run the ball the first 2 downs.
Yeah, they're going to want to run the ball because they want to run this clock as much as they can. Ideally, what Coach Yates wants to see is get nice first down carries. Here we go, Cartwell.
It's a handoff up the middle, and that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, this isn't what you want. You don't want third down and 8. But you do want to run the ball because you want to keep this clock running right now. You got an 8-point lead. Ideally, you'd like to put together several first downs here and get the clock under 4 or 3 minutes. But Spartans right now, this is a big third down. You get the stop here, get the punt, get the ball back. Plenty of time, just under 6 minutes now. Still plenty of time for the Spartans to do something offensively.
With 3rd and 7, I'd cheat the screen here a little bit. Nope, it's going to be a deep pass, thrown, and it's caught on a hitch route. Vance finding a little bit of space, spin move, and finally brought down at the 44-yard line.
Just too easy, just inside receiver Vance there. Again, young man had several drops in the first half, but I don't think he's dropped the ball at all in the second half. He's a little gimpy here. Looks like he might be cramping up. But, that was just a little too easy. He just simply ran a real simple in route from that slot position. And, again, Spartans playing a little too soft there in the secondary.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 44. 3 wide receivers the far side. It's going to be a handoff up the middle and fighting forward for about 3. A flag late. Late flag by the tackle.
I don't know what that could be. Could be a face mask.
Maybe.
Yep, that's what he's saying.
It was Howard on the carry. And that's just a tough penalty there for Alexander. And it is going to be a face mask. He was already wrapped up. You didn't need to do anything else there, but mark off 15 yards. It's going to put it into Alexander territory. Spotted at the 38 of the Spartans with 5:23 to go.
Yeah, it's getting to be a critical situation here for the Spartans. You can't, you really, right now, you need to stiffen up, and the Marauders are likely in 4-down territory at this point.
And the thing is, they've done well stopping the run, but it's been the 3rd down pass, whether that be a screen or something downfield, that Alexander has not been able to stop.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, so milk the clock down to 5 minutes before they snap the ball, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Maybe a pickup of 1.
Yep.
Not much there, as that is a carry by Wade Howard.
I would expect the Marauders to throw only when they have to, because, again, you just want to keep that clock running, and you do that by running the ball.
Meigs will take their time. 20-12. Marauders lead the Spartans. Meigs trying to finish the season on a 3-game winning streak. Alexander trying to finish the season 4-6.
Yeah, Spartans trying to double up their win total from last year.
Play clock down to 5. Meigs will snap the ball. It's going to be a screen pass, and it's caught, and finding a little bit of space. And finally tackled down Griffin Hudson. A good pickup there inside the 25. A pickup of 13 on the screen pass, and it's first down.
They're just taking what the Spartans are giving them, and that's these short passes, and the Spartans are coming up and they're not making the tackle. And so, what should be 4 or 5 yard gain is turning into 10, 15 yard gains.
And Meigs has done exactly what you were hoping they were going to be able to do, string together some first downs. We're down to 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter here. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 wide receiver to the far side. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Howard. Howard only going to pick up 2 before getting dragged down.
Yeah, for Coach Yates, he couldn't have scripted this any better in this particular drive. They are getting some third downs here and there, but, they're executing, picking up the first downs. Nice long drive. They're eating the clock up. They've pretty much ate up almost this entire fourth quarter, or much of this fourth quarter.
Yeah, about
on this
half
drive.
of it.
Yeah.
And truthfully, normally in these longer drives that you're trying to get sustained, you don't want, as they get Alexander to jump there, there was still 15 seconds on the play clock. Have to have the awareness there, as that'll be offside. But, their inability to run the ball has actually been helpful because they've had to run 3 or 4 plays before they get the first down, and you're still able to milk the clock even more because you're getting, 2 yards on first down, 2 yards on second down, then 8 or 9 yards on a screen on third down.
Yep.
That runs 120 seconds off the clock.
So they're going to be under 3 minutes here by the time this ball's snapped, and Spartans are going to have to start using their final timeouts.
It's going to be a screen pass over to Landon DeWeese. Makes a man miss to the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, 18-yard touchdown reception. Landon DeWeese with 2:54 to go in the fourth quarter, and that'll put this one on ice.
Yeah, just a simple hit route again, and the Spartans aren't able to come up and make the tackle. It's not been complicated for the Marauders offense. They're just taking what the Spartans have been giving them the whole game, and that is plenty of cushion on the outside. Toss it out there, let your athletes execute. The Marauders in the first half, they just weren't catching the ball. If they had been catching the ball in the first half, chances are this game would be out of hand by now. But they came out in the second half, and they're certainly executing.
Extra point is good. And makes the lead 27-12 here late in the fourth quarter.
Are you a deer enthusiast? Introducing Buckbone Builder by Big Rag, the ultimate solution for robust antler development and overall health. Our unique blend of essential vitamins and minerals is formulated by deer hunters and perfected by nutritionists. 50-pound bags, double clean for maximum purity. Buckbone Builder is made with whole-shelled corn, soybeans, and locally grown in Athens County. Big Rag also offers the highest quality whole-shelled and flavored corn. You can purchase Buckbone Builder at Adventure Pro and all Detweiler locations. Learn more at buckbonebuilder.com or find us on Facebook.
Since 1963, Donato's was built on 3 fundamentals: creating a superior product, hiring great people, and adhering to strong principles that promote goodwill in the community. Stop by East State Street and try out their appetizing pizzas, subs, salads, desserts, and beverages with party sizes available. Donato's only uses the freshest of ingredients with no artificial colors in their food. Eat fresh. Every piece is important. Only at Donato's on East State Street in Athens.
Taking it away, and they'll send tomahawking. It'll be fielded at the 25-yard line. Alexander trying to find something to do with it, cutting back, finding a little bit of space. Rylan Hucks finally cut down at the 42-yard line. Good field position for Alexander, but they need 2 touchdowns with 2:46 to go.
They're going to have to answer real fast, and they're going to have to figure out a passing game here somehow in the last 2 minutes, or less than 2 minutes less than 3 minutes of the season for the Spartans.
27-12, Meigs leads Alexander. Meigs did have a very, very, very outside chance of making the playoffs this week. It was about 1-2% from what I could see on Drew Pastor, but it's still an opportunity if everything goes their way. I think they need Wheelersburg to lose, and a lot. I mean, every help they could get. Zane Trace to lose. everybody that Wheelersburg won against to lose.
Yeah.
Tough one for that.
Yeah.
It's going to be an option play, and a good job by Carter Jewell to just hold on to it. He's going to get sacked, but it was a good job. And it's something he wouldn't have made that when he made the start back week 2 against Sciotoville East.
Yep.
He was able to hold on to the ball and went, you know what? All right, I'm getting sacked, but it's better than losing the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, Coach Davis definitely has him a quarterback for the next 2 years. He's going to get better and better. He's learned a ton this season. He's just going to learn even more over the off season, and he's going to come back one of the better leaders in the TVC next season.
Jewell back to pass, rolls, throws. Oh, it was a great pass there. It was Alex Bateman who dropped the ball there at the 50. There's a late flag as well. Jewell might have gotten hit late.
That was a great pass. He kind of threw across his body. And
pinpoint accuracy.
Yes, pinpoint accuracy. I'm surprised. Bateman has good hands. I'm surprised he dropped that ball.
Hands to the face is the call. So personal foul, hands to the face. So mark it off 15, and he'll spot it at the 50. I don't believe that's an automatic first down. So it will be 3rd down and 1.
Bateman's going to the sidelines. It's getting stretched out.
No, is that an automatic first? No, it's not an
down.
Automatic first down. The referee going over there and going, go back over there.
Oh, Randy, 50 years.
Randy Dillinger, he's been doing this for so many years over there on the yardsticks there, and the PA announcer poking a little fun at him.
Jewell back to pass, steps up, in trouble. He's going to get sacked, and it is David Young with the sack. Back at the 44-yard line, a lot of good sacks on the day, and that's going to bring up a long 3rd down and 8 for Alexander. They've not converted one today. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 wide receiver to the near side. Waller in the backfield. Back to pass, rolling out to his right. Throws across his body, and it's caught. Jumping catch.
Yeah, he caught the back half of that football.
That was Colton Newton with the catch. He's had, every time we've called his name this year, he got called for a holding penalty earlier, had a drop in the first game. Great to see him catch. That's great confidence for the sophomore. It's a screen pass.
Oh, wow, he's got everything.
Waller has a bit of space, cutting down to the 30, now cuts back and dropped at the 29.
Well, I thought that was even going to go bigger than that.
And Alexander's going to call a timeout, their second timeout.
Yeah.
With 1:18 to go in the 4th.
Waller's just gassed. When he caught that ball, you think that could be a touchdown, but he's just gassed. He's wore out. That ankle's got to be killing him at this point.
They got everything they could get out of him. He's leaving everything out on the field. That's what you want from your seniors.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you're aware of this, Carl, but one of your biggest fans, he lives up in Springfield, Ohio. My buddy Ron Mershon, he's been listening to us all year, the owner of Merco Heating and Cooling up there. He listens to us on the Total Media radio app, and he loves listening to you call games. So he's an avid listener every Friday night of our calls, and he was just messaging me there a little bit. It's amazing with this modern technology how we are able to connect to people all throughout the state and really all around the world. I was watching some of those streams earlier and seeing people commenting from Ireland and other places throughout the world. And so this has been certainly a great experience for myself calling these games with you this year, Carl.
I think I might call a poll of Kevin Harlan here. NY with the ball on the Athens 1 with 3 seconds to go.
Oh, my
Here,
goodness.
back to pass and stepping up, throwing out of bounds there for Jewell. 1:10 to go. As the TVC Ohio title, it's going to come down to, it's going to come down
3
to one
seconds
play.
might determine where we're going to be at next week, Carl. So.
Possibly.
No, Howard Baker, you don't get a shout out.
A handoff up the middle. It looks like they got in. Let's see where they spot it. It's a touchdown. NY has just walked off Athens.
Wow, what a huge
Unbelievable.
upset.
As here, it's a screen pass just past the eyes of Waller. That is unbelievable.
I told you, my Buckeyes, At home, they're different. It's a different game, and for them to upset, I mean, we thought the Bulldogs, it was a shoo-in for the Bulldogs for them to win the TVC Ohio this year, and for the Buckeyes to pull out the huge upset there in Boston Field tonight. They're going to be partying it up in Nelsonville, York, and Nelsonville, and Buckville, and Carbon Hill, and Murray City, and all over the place there on that side of the county tonight.
Wow, that is unbelievable. 1:03 left here in the fourth quarter. Two wide receivers each way. Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Bateman. Bateman's going to throw deep, and it's incomplete. He had Rylan Hux down there and could not catch it.
Oof. If you had a chance to win this game, that was it right there. I mean, if he catches that ball, you got a minute left. You could perhaps get an onside kick, give yourself some type of chance. And it was well executed. You thought the Marauders had been ready for a trick play like that, but they allowed the receiver to get behind them. And Spartans they're going to play to the very end here. They're going to try everything they can to try to get back into this game here before the season's all over.
4th and 10. This could be the last play for some of these seniors. They're going to want to go out with a bang here. Back to pass. In trouble. Throws out of it and unable to do anything. Jewell gets brought down, and it was Brogan Jenkins again with the pressure that forces the incompletion, and it'll be a turnover on downs with 53 seconds to go.
Yeah, Jenkins has had a really nice night for the Marauders. So, and this is happening across the state for these teams that are not making the playoffs. For these seniors, it's a sad moment for them because for the vast majority of these young men, this will be the last time they get to strap on the pads. This will be the last time in their entire life, most likely, that they're going to be able to, hit somebody else and not get arrested for it, right? Physically hit somebody else and not get arrested. So, high school sports is just a wonderful experience for everyone involved, from the football players to the cheerleaders to the band to the parents. And we've really enjoyed being able to watch this regular season. It's been we've seen some great games. I don't know if you had to pick a game of the year that we saw this year, Carl, what would you say it was? Maybe that Fed Hawk game against Belpre. That was just a wild one.
Yeah, that was just a wild game there. I think I might have to give it to that one. Although Nelsonville, York, Waterford was fun as well.
Yeah, that was a really good game too. Waterford Trimble game. That was a good game too last week. But the Trimble Eastern game was kind of crazy as well.
Definitely was. As this is going to be a handoff and brought down in the backfield. I think that's a senior.
Yep, that's the senior right there.
That's a senior wish there, as they got the lineman in there. We never got, that's the one thing nobody talks about having a good football team. It's great to make the playoffs. It's great to go and do all the fun things. It's great to go out there and, fight for a state title like what I did my junior year. But the not fun thing is you don't get to do any of the fun things you get to do at the last bit. You don't get to have the lineman go in there and run the ball. The games are too important. You actually have to try, and you can't sit there and have you can't have the lineman run the ball. But they gonna have a timeout and have seniors walk off the field. Isaac Waller, Fritz Shad, and Trevor Sweeney.
Yeah.
Only 3 seniors for Alexander this year, but Tyler Davis talked about how important each of them is. Sweeney was an anchor on that offensive line. Shad was an anchor on the wide receiver spot, and we can't say enough about Isaac Waller. I mean, just look what he did tonight on a bad ankle, able to sit there, still play his guts out. Probably had about 10 tackles and over 150 yards rushing, I'd imagine.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Close to that. He had 111 at the half, and I'd say he's had 40 in the second.
Yeah, just Coach Davis is certainly going to miss those 3 seniors. They've all been great contributors to the Spartans program. But, you got to you're going to be moving on, and I see a bright future for both of these teams, honestly. I can definitely see both these teams being even more competitive in the TVC against Athens and the Buckeyes, who always seem to be at the top. But next year's going to be interesting because Vinton County's gotten better throughout the season as well.
They're up on Wellston right now.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. But, give credit to Marauders that finishing with a 3-game winning streak and ending the season 500. That's got to feel really good for Coach Yates.
I think they might end up with Vinton County's win. I think they end up tied for third.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'd imagine, because Vinton County has 3. No, Vinton County would have 4 conference wins.
Yeah, Vinton County would be third.
They'd be third. But still, great. I mean, to finish 4th like that, that's a great season for the Marauders. As they win tonight, Meigs wins 27-12 over Alexander. I'll go through a scoring recap when we come back. You're listening to the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Athens County Game of the Week.
Integrated Services is constantly seeking partnerships.
How can I have a meaningful relationship with primary care providers so that we can take care of our shared community of people that need support?
We've grown exponentially, and I really see the next 5 to 10 years being a similar story.
The opportunities are endless.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Cottle Chipping is focused on providing logging and land clearing services with the highest levels of customer satisfaction and will do everything they can to meet your expectations. With a variety of offerings to choose from, they are sure you'll be happy working with them. There is no job too large for Cottle Chipping. Cottle Chipping has been in business for over 40 years, which is experience that you can trust. For more information about your logging and chipping needs, call Cottle Chipping at 740-596-5984. That's 740-596-5984.
You carry an admirable sense of pride in your work. Your farm is your life, and it's been that way for generations. So protect what you've worked so hard to build with the generations of success of State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump. No one can tailor coverage or meet the needs of your farm like Shauna Stump can. Contact State Farm Agent Shauna Stump in Athens at 593-6882 for a quote or to get more information. Get to a better state. Get State Farm.
Football season is here. Keep your athletes at their best with Holzer in Athens. Dr. Jason Cox Orthopedics and Dr. Aaron Ramsey Chiropractic Care are currently accepting new patients. From follow-up care to injury repair, our healthcare team at Holzer Athens will keep your athlete in the game. Call 855-446-5937 to schedule your appointment today. That's 855-446-5937.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today by calling 753-1905.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states. Roving reporter here. Excuse me, ma'am. I'll give you $14,934,386.83 if you can tell me the best place in town to get pops, chips, candy, sports drinks, and a lot more.
Stop and Cop?
That's right. Stop and Cop drive-through carryout is the best place to get party stuff. Munchies, all kinds of pops and sodas.
Excuse me.
Candies galore, chips, sports drinks.
Excuse me.
Yes, what is it?
What about my money?
What money?
Something $1 million.
Can't remember how much, huh? Stop and Cop drive-through carryout, 362 Richland Avenue, Athens. Proud supporter of high school sports.
Tri-County Career Center offers students the opportunity to earn industry-recognized credentials in fields like cosmetology, welding, diesel agriculture, and sports medicine. Our programs focus on teaching job-specific skills that prepare you for the workforce, military service, or college. We offer 2-year programs and short-term adult classes. Ready to learn new skills and boost your earning potential? Start today by calling 800-637-6508 or visit us online at tricountyhightech.com.
Meigs defeats Alexander tonight 27 to 12. Let's go through the scoring in this one. There was no scoring in the first quarter. It was 0-0 at the end of one. However, with 9:36 to go in the second quarter, a 10-yard touchdown reception, Dustin Vance from Jake Martin, gave Meigs the lead. The extra point was no good, but that lead was short-lived with 5:43 to go in the second quarter. Alexander had a 65-yard touchdown rush by Isaac Waller. The extra point was blocked, and at the half, it was tied at 6. In the second half, Meigs scored first with 7:55 to go in the third quarter, a 47-yard touchdown reception. Griffin Hudson from Jake Martin. The extra point was good, but Alexander responded on the next possession. 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Alexander scored a touchdown, a 12-yard rush from Isaac Waller. The 2-point conversion was no good. Meigs was not done in the third quarter, though, with 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. A 28-yard touchdown reception. Dustin Vance from Jake Martin. The extra point was good. At the end of 3, it was 20-12 Marauders. And then they put the cherry on top with 2:54 to go in the fourth quarter. An 18-yard touchdown reception. Landon DeWeese from Jake Martin. The extra point was good, and that gives you the final score of Meigs 27, Alexander 12. Got to give a lot of credit to Jake Martin, the wide receiver turned quarterback, because of everything happening. I mean, he ends up with 4 touchdown passes on the day, on his last, what likely will be his last ever game. You got to give him a lot of credit for that, as Meigs gets the 27-12 win. We'll give some more thoughts on this game when we come back. You're listening to the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Athens County Game of the Week.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Welcome to Tammy's Country Kitchen with friendly faces and the best darn food you can find. Start your morning with warm coffee and a sausage gravy stacker or melt-in-your-mouth French toast. Stop by later for our famous baked steak and creamy mashed potatoes. Tammy's Country Kitchen satisfies cravings from homemade noodles to subs, soups, and salads. Tammy's has it all. Make sure to try Tammy's homemade pies, because they're sure to soothe that sweet tooth. Tammy's Country Kitchen is located on Canal Street in Nelsonville, open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tammy's Country Kitchen, home-cooked meals at their finest.
Are you a deer enthusiast? Introducing Buckbone Builder by Big Rag, the ultimate solution for robust antler development and overall health. Our unique blend of essential vitamins and minerals is formulated by deer hunters and perfected by nutritionists. 50-pound bags, double clean for maximum purity. Buckbone Builder is made with whole-shelled corn, soybeans, and locally grown in Athens County. Big Rag also offers the highest quality whole-shelled and flavored corn. You can purchase Buckbone Builder at Adventure Pro and all Detweiler locations. Learn more at buckbonebuilder.com or find us on Facebook.
Since 1963, Donato's was built on 3 fundamentals: creating a superior product, hiring great people, and adhering to strong principles that promote goodwill in the community. Stop by East State Street and try out their appetizing pizzas, subs, salads, desserts, and beverages with party sizes available. Donato's only uses the freshest of ingredients with no artificial colors in their food. Eat fresh. Every piece is important. Only at Donato's on East State Street in Athens.
Integrated Services is constantly seeking partnerships.
How can I have a meaningful relationship with primary care providers so that we can take care of our shared community of people that need support?
We've grown exponentially, and I really see the next 5 to 10 years being a similar story.
The opportunities are endless.
Cottle Chipping is focused on providing logging and land clearing services with the highest levels of customer satisfaction and will do everything they can to meet your expectations. With a variety of offerings to choose from, they are sure you'll be happy working with them. There is no job too large for Cottle Chipping. Cottle Chipping has been in business for over 40 years, which is experience that you can trust. For more information about your logging and chipping needs, call Cottle Chipping at 740-596-5984. That's 740-596-5984.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end. Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today by calling 753-1905. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Football season is here. Keep your athletes at their best with Holzer in Athens. Dr. Jason Cox Orthopedics and Dr. Aaron Ramsey Chiropractic Care are currently accepting new patients. From follow-up care to injury repair, our healthcare team at Holzer Athens will keep your athlete in the game. Call 855-446-5937 to schedule your appointment today. That's 855-446-5937.
Senior walk going on right now as it's senior day as Alexander. Three football seniors, Trent Shad, Isaac Waller, and Trevor Swady. But their senior season will end with a loss. Meigs wins 27-12 over Alexander. And it was a real interesting game. Meigs struggled in the first half, mostly because they weren't able to execute as well as what they wanted to in the passing game. They started figuring out in the second half, and the screen game is what won them the game as they were able to march down the field late.
Yeah, and, for the Spartans, honestly, Carl, of the, 3 games that we've seen the Spartans play this year, this is probably their best game, even though it ended in a loss. But it was, where they didn't have, besides the one turnover, they didn't have a lot of silly mistakes. They didn't have a bunch of penalties. They played well on both sides of the ball. I think it just boiled down to, the Spartans are dealing with several injuries, and it's tough to overcome this late in the season. And Meigs is a team that they're certainly going to be competing for the top spot in the TVC, I think, next year. They'll have to replace several seniors on the line, but a lot of their skill guys are going to be coming back. But for the Spartans, this is a good game. They could leave this game tonight feeling good because they performed well. There was just a few plays that happened there in the fourth quarter that went the Marauders' way. That was the difference in the end. But Spartans certainly could have won this game. But I was pleased to see how competitive they were, and you can see, especially young sophomore Jewel, he has learned from his mistakes throughout the season. He's doing a better job of taking care of the football, and I think that's really going to bode well for the future for the Spartans.
It absolutely will. I mean, I'd be pretty happy. 3-7 on the end of the season, but you've got to be really happy with the performance that they had tonight. They fought to the very end. You look at the seniors. There is no doubt, absolutely no doubt, that Isaac Waller left everything he had on the field. You'd say the same thing for Trent Shad and for Trevor Sweeney. And so, but that sort of performance, especially by Waller, who's playing on half a leg, that's what inspires a program. That's what gets people to go, all right, this is how hard we have to fight. This is how hard we have to fight for these. And you have a guy like Waller, he only comes through once in a while. He's a once-in-a-10-year kid. Yep. But when you get him, when he can inspire a team like that, and you can go, all right, this is the standard. This is how hard we have to fight. This performance tonight, even in a loss, is definitely going to be something that Alexander can build off of.
When your best athlete is also your hardest worker, your toughest person out there on the field, that has its ripple effects throughout the whole system. Not just these high school players, but the junior high, the little leaguers that are watching them out there playing. They're seeing this is how to do it right. This is the right way to play high school football. And so, he's going to leave a legacy here, well over 500 tackles now for his career. And for the rest of those seniors, they're also leaving here where they can have their heads high because, they've established something here that I think Coach Davis and the Spartans can build off of looking into the future. And so I'm pretty excited to see what the future holds for the Spartans.
We'll announce our Doug's Carryout Lineman of the Week when we come back. You're listening to the Rocky Outdoor Gear Store Athens County Game of the Week.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Roving reporter here. Excuse me, ma'am. I'll give you $14,934,386.83 if you can tell me the best place in town to get pops, chips, candy, sports drinks, and a lot more.
Stop and Cop?
That's right. Stop and Cop drive-through carryout is the best place to get party stuff. Munchies, all kinds of pops and sodas.
Excuse me?
Candies galore, chips, sports drinks.
Excuse me?
Yes, what is it?
What about my money?
What money?
Something $1 million.
Can't remember how much, huh? Stop and Cop drive-through carryout, 362 Richland Avenue, Athens. Proud supporter of high school sports.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Welcome to Tammy's Country Kitchen with friendly faces and the best darn food you can find. Start your morning with warm coffee and a sausage gravy stacker or melt-in-your-mouth French toast. Stop by later for our famous baked steak and creamy mashed potatoes. Tammy's Country Kitchen satisfies cravings from homemade noodles to subs, soups, and salads. Tammy's has it all. Make sure to try Tammy's homemade pies because they're sure to soothe that sweet tooth. Tammy's Country Kitchen is located on Canal Street in Nelsonville, open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tammy's Country Kitchen, home-cooked meals at their finest.
If you're a small business owner, you know what you mean to your customers. You're the local pro, a neighborhood problem solver, a person in their community they know will treat them right. State Farm agent Shauna Stump is no different. Shauna runs a small business in Athens too, and she's perfectly positioned to understand your needs and help you protect your small business. Stop in or talk with State Farm agent Shauna Stump for small business insurance today.
Discover your future at Tri-County Career Center, where students earn industry-recognized credentials in fields like nursing, HVAC, networking, and welding. Dive into a learning experience that equips you with the job-focused skills needed to succeed in the workforce, the military, or college. Whether you're eyeing our 2-year programs or adult courses, you too can boost your earning potential. Take the first step today. Call 800-637-6508 or visit us at TriCountyHighTech.com. Tri-County proudly supports all student athletes.
Meigs defeats Alexander tonight, 27-12. As the Marauders will finish the season 5-5, Alexander will finish the season 3-7. Time to give out our Ducks Carryout Lineman of the Week, and it's a tough one. Trevor Sweeney absolutely deserved it for Alexander, but we're going to give a co-one tonight as another senior, Meigs senior, Aaron Tobin deserves it as well. He was in the defensive backfield all night.
Yeah, Sweeney had a nice game too. He made a couple tackles in the backfield, and also obviously does a great job at the offensive tackle for the Spartans. Yeah, you're right. It's tough, so why not? It's the last game of the regular season. Let's celebrate these seniors that are heading off into hopefully even bigger and brighter things in the future. And so